Everybody, welcome to No Frames Given Tekken 8 Edition. I am your host, Lobrylla, and I'm actually joined with KevinMColon here, and we're going to commentate a wee little tournament.
A wee little tournament is quite the understatement. Quite the understatement. I've seen some of the competitors in tonight's bracket. And as always, when it comes to No Frames Given, it's just another week of top-tier, high-level stacked competition, which I'm excited to get into as well. How have you been feeling about Tekken so far? I know you said you've been taking a little break, prepping for the new patch, but is it still feeling freaky to you? You still...
No. I just went on a whole rant about how much they changed Lee, but you know, I'm over it. I still love Tekken. I'll absolutely be playing more now, especially with the new release they just did. I don't know. I've been playing Tekken for a long time, and I don't think it'll ever lose me, you know? How are you feeling?
I've been enjoying, you know what, even through its chaotic phase, I was still, as a Yoshimitsu player, I'm a little spoiled when it comes to dealing with a lot of the mechanics. I usually have a way out, so it doesn't hit me as hard. But I've been pretty entertained all throughout. I think season 2 was interesting, the little bit of a phase that we went to, and what I'm counting as the official start of basically season 3 with the latest adjustments, you know, as we work our way into it. Still pretty fun, and I'm excited to see, especially with the competitors we have tonight, how they deal with the adjustments, because some of them really adjust how the core mechanics of the games are going to work fundamentally, which will change a lot of strategies from moves that were strong before that are going to be not as strong now, or just from overall game plans that need to be tweaked for a character like Lee, where essentially nothing he does works anymore, you know. And for some other characters like King, where 3-2-2 was going to be a little less reliable. Now there's more consistent answers to it, and so on and so forth. As we continue to see them, we'll bring them up. I don't want to ad nauseum repeat the entire patch list as we go through, but we'll point out the meaningful changes, and hopefully the competitors will show good examples of how to counterplay them.
Yeah, absolutely. And you just pour salt in the poor Lee wounds here, but no, in all seriousness, there are this game, this franchise in general, as a lore fiend and somebody who's just like followed the history of a lot of these games for a very long time. still filled with a lot of amazing characters. And, you know, having seen so many of these tournaments, I'm always amazed to see how like they interact with each other, and, you know, situations will come up and you can just watch them in real time, like figure out what to do, how to work around it. And I'm always looking forward to that every single time. Like I want to see how each competitor, you know, winds up responding to the
Mhm.
other. And as you said, with the changes to the characters, that adds like even another element to, you know, there's more stuff to sort of work around and figure out, you know?
Yeah, especially when it comes to moves that have been so strong over the past couple of seasons.
Hmm.
When players are panicking and they're in these high pressure situations, it's really easy to automatically revert to what you know works. And when those moves get adjusted on you, you know, sometimes it's more almost your muscle memory rather than your, you know, you get stuck in your autopilot. You forget there's an answer to this now. Or you're on the receiving end of those moves and you also forget there's an answer. You hold something that you don't necessarily need to anymore. And that's going to be a big face palm at the end of the night. You know, I think a lot of these competitors can relate to that moment of being in that situation and knowing there was an
Oh
answer, going,
yeah.
oh, why didn't I see it? Why didn't I see it? Or I did this 7 times. I did this 7 times. But with the level of them that we have tonight, one of the best parts, as always, with any tournament that frequently showcases competition at this level, it is that minute to minute adaptation.
Hmm.
And with this Long Island scene that mostly takes up these brackets, along with a couple of others that show up for the online weeklies, a lot of strong implementation of that as we move along. So I'm curious how the players are going to adapt to each other. I think when you also add in the layer that we get a pretty consistent showcase of competitors week to week to week. So there also becomes that kind of mental memory of like, I've played this guy before, I know what his habits are, you know? I've run into this, I've seen this, and trying to figure out whether or not that's a strategy that this person has not gotten over, or, you know, the kind of I know situation that we all like to try to avoid.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is one of the most fun aspects, really,
Mhm.
of having the continuing Tekken tournament is watching how the players themselves start to, you know, ch- interact with each other. Or like, are they going to change? Because, you know, some
Yeah.
people they they have their combo routes, they know what they want to do, and they want to get you there. And it
Mhm.
doesn't, you know, if you're a really good player, you're going to see what they're trying to do very fast. So you got to find
Yeah.
a new way to do it. And it is just a constant evolution of style.
Yeah. So and I think a big part of that too is especially Tekken has kind of gotten boiled down since its launch with Tekken 8 as just being kind of like heat the game, right? So it's kind of you
Hmm.
fish in neutral for your first hit, you activate heat, you get the wall, you abuse heat, you know, and then they have to survive one more 50-50 and that's kind of round. And since the resource is so prevalent and it's not one that you have to earn and it's just given to you, not that I have a problem with. I know a lot of people are complaining about that. I'm fine with that, but it's what it is, right? It's readily
Hmm.
available every round. It's really easy to push that momentum on your opponent from frame one. And so having something like a heat engager as a universal change be adjusted to a +9, I believe, instead of the +17 that players were used to, making some of their
Hmm.
guaranteed 50-50s. I'm sorry to bring up Lee again, you know, but it's I got, you know, I'll throw some other Mishimas under the bus. Kazuya, right? Was so plus that Hell Sweep was a guaranteed 50-50 answer. You couldn't avoid it. Now that's steppable if you make the read. A lot of Brian answers in
Hmm.
situations where he was plus and kind of, you know, he's been pushed more into being a kind of version of the former defensive character he was before 8, where I mean in Heat he's just as egregious as anybody else, but at least up until he gets there he's playing a little bit more of like standard, you know, what people would refer to as like classic Tekken. um and a lot of characters are kind of, as these fundamental changes are coming through, getting forced to kind of revert back to some old strategies because those plus frames are being pulled back now. And I think that's the biggest mechanical change, right? Is it's not I land something and I
Uh
have
huh.
you
Uh huh.
at wit's end for the next 2 minutes, right? Like we can kind of, that implementation of making sidestep better is more usable now compared to what it was before. So, um, with that said, we're gonna start looking into a Night Purifier versus 5-4, which will be an interesting
Mm.
implementation of that. If 5-4 comes in with the Victor that we're used to, Victor was a character who was like very reliant on being plus in every exchange all the time. He doesn't really have a game plan without those frames and trying to earn
Hmm.
them. Um, if he becomes more steppable and he's already like to a certain degree counterplayable in that aspect, we'll see how 5-4 tends to adjust. He's another one like Crispy that likes to pull out 7 different characters, you know, at least in the background. I know he has some prep, so we'll see if we see them. You why don't you tell me a little bit about Night Purifier? I'm a little less familiar with him.
I've seen Night Purifier here a few times, and he's had a very good Shaheen, and I believe he also pulled out Lars, which, you know,
Flippy fellas.
yeah. But for me, I'll always remember, like, I felt like Lars was sort of on the back end, but that Shaheen was just always very devastating.
Yeah,
Like,
and another fundamentally sound.
Yeah, no, I remember when they were announcing characters, right? And everybody was like, "Oh, Shaheen, so boring." Like, yeah, you remember, like everybody's like, "Why did they even bring him back?" But he's so good.
Yeah.
Like, and they gave him a lot of like really nice stuff. Now, I'm not 100% sure everything that got walked back because you know this game has a lot of changes, but I'm pretty sure he's still. I mean, I'm not saying he's top 5, but he's still a really high up there character. So I'll be interested to see who gets played.
Yeah,
It's another one of those instances.
He falls in that ballpark where his strength, like Claudia that I was mentioning before, relies in the fact that his toolkit is just fundamentally strong. So it's really hard to nerf characters like that. In an aspect where it's going to shut down everything they can do. Usually there's some way they can adjust because their movesets are, I guess, not the same for Claudia, but in essence, so expansive in what they're capable of doing, even if it's using one move for 6 different situations. Once you get used to it, you know, you kind of whittle it down to the same answer every time. But Shaheen is just great for understanding how Tekken works fundamentally and then abusing it in the best way that Shaheen can, right? Very, very strong hop kick you can kind of just throw out in some situations that should get punished and doesn't always, right? You're not always able to get there in time. It's got a decent poke game. It's got solid defense, death by 1,000 cuts, and then the second you get frustrated, it's one good launch into the rest of the round for you. So you've got to be really cautious with how you approach, and nobody's going to know how to approach Shaheen better than Shaheen. Let's see how these two fellas deal with it in our first match of the night as we try to qualify for top 8 here, or make our path towards it. 5-4, pulling out the victor, as expected, versus Night Purifier's Shaheen. My Habibi!
All right, here we go.
All right, and we see a lot of small
there.
Tekken getting played in the beginning. And this is kind of the classic feeling out process you expect. We'll see when they get comfortable enough to start committing to higher moves. And there's a beautiful, that's what we start talking about. Got to be very cautious about how you approach Shaheen.
Yeah, no, that was a great launch right there. Just like waiting for your opportunity, waiting for that move. There we go. Right on the wall.
Are we going to take a stage hazard? No, we're just going to keep the wall. I like that.
Ooh.
It's not always worth it.
No.
All right.
Nice
on
hit
5-4
there
to adjust from here.
5-4.
All right, getting a little freaky into it. You see, it's such a little like a bait and switch game right now. Just trying to throw something out at a far enough distance and hoping your opponent runs into it.
There you go.
Yeah, we're gonna see the wall again.
To the bottom, all the way to the wall. Woo, that was a nice move, but with that heat activator, that was a great block. Sorry.
All right, second attempt here. It's kind of been a momentum swing in both cases. Nice tech. Especially now, remember, we are sitting on floor hazard, so 17 different moves can send us through a stage transition.
Yeah, and then we're right into the casino, too, at that point. Yeah, nice slide. Nice.
Ooh.
It was whoa.
Okay, yeah, we're just getting a little, we're getting a little stone-faced with it. Yeah, you got to take floor there. Let's see how far we can get the wall carry.
Yeah, for sure. It being 1-1 and now 2-1, that was a great time, I think, to go ahead and enter to the bottom.
What a
great hop kick right at the beginning of the round. A gutsy move, to be sure.
All right, I'm noticing that Night Purifier is preferring the situation that he gets against the wall over the stage hazard. But we're going to get another situation to spend one here. Let's see if he goes for it. No, 5-4,
Nice
trying to play a little cautious. Guess what? Sorry, fella. We're playing ping pong.
And...
Oh, no finish on that.
I know, I was waiting for that final hit, waiting for it. Get him with the down. Nice throw.
They manages to land it, yeah. Oh my god, just chucking him with the mids.
There we go. Working our way in. Great blocks there.
Yes, Night Purifier has been really on point with identifying those small punishes. They add up over time. One nice elbow to the areola.
That'll do it.
Yeah, you know.
That sounds painful.
I mean, listen, I try to keep him on cover. This fella Night Purifier is just getting that oxygen in him, you know? It goes straight from them to the brain, and then the punish is just, you don't miss anything. That's why it's that small tech, it goes straight through that bare chest. Right, people think it's through the nose. It's through the...
Yeah, I'm learning a lot here today.
Yeah. Why do you think King players can see the future? You know, it's that it's that bare chest, man. Gets you there.
Oh, we're gonna be breaking apart Lee's house because if he hasn't had enough punishment enough.
Listen, he can afford it. He can afford it.
It's true. Massive CEO energy there. 5-4 already getting up to the wall, but cannot take advantage of it quite. But is Night Purifier gonna break? Yep, right through the glass.
The classic, and I expect to see a second stage hazard here. No, he's gonna keep it. He's gonna keep it. He's gonna go for mix. I forgot who I was talking about.
Yeah, it's true. We did just decide that he'd rather not do that. So definitely keeping with his current play.
Yeah, I'm curious about the interactions these two have had before, because it seems to me as a third party that 5-4 is getting caught up in. He's kind of in a little bubble of looking for something from Night Purifier that Night Purifier is not necessarily throwing out and getting stacked on it.
Yeah, no, there is a decent amount of like caution, I think, on both sides there. I mean, obviously not right now because he's in the midst of, racking up damage on his combo. Woo! That was a nice heat burst. Woo.
And people do not talk about the Shaheen wall carry.
You know, you're right. Never really heard him as being a character known for that, but we have seen a lot of great wall carry.
Ridiculous part of his kit. Oh, the spring kick. Oh, he's a demon. Oh, you want to talk about exemplifying no frames given? This fella's not from this planet. Let me see some more of this. Nice kick. Little 420 kick from 5-4. Oh my god, we're just out of there. And it's hard too because the momentum established by Night Purifier, it's just a mental stack of I don't want to slip up. And we're going to lose heat resource on the part of 5-4 for a bit. So we really need to capitalize here. No tornado as of yet, so we should see this wall.
Yeah, no, Victor's really good against the wall for sure. And was not able to survive that particular interaction. We are 2-1 right now. So let's see if 5-4 can continue this momentum.
If 5-4 loses, I'm blaming the fit.
Yeah, I think
I don't know who this fella thinks he is. All right, nice check. Oh my god, and the momentum switch has been established. So full commit on the heat there is surprising for me. I wouldn't be
great step.
I wouldn't be surprised if that heat engage was in an attempt to try to catch timing on a spring kick. No, we're sidestepping expulsion.
Wow. I was like really thinking in my head this was about to be, tied, but Night Purifier just with some amazing side steps.
Yeah, he might get the magic pixel around.
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, a little chunkier than a magic pixel, but we got to wake up and guess for game. Wow, let's find it. I guess he wants to win, huh?
He might.
All right, let's see. Beautiful duck from Night Purifier. Oh, that one, I would have invented a slur for that one. I'm not going to hold you. That's how it came up with something.
No, the perfect moment to be inventing language right here. All right. How far is this going to go? All the way to the wall, clearly.
Yeah.
But
into that same mixed situation, it's been so beneficial for him. No, and he cannot even survive the damage to get the heat exchange for momentum. And Night Purifier fighting like he doesn't sleep.
Yes. No, I love the aggression there right at the end. The move mix-up was great. He just was not letting up at all.
Yeah, and I mean, that's fundamentally solid Shaheen play. That's exactly what you want to see. I think I was the most impressed with his ability to, and they were both trying to do it in the beginning, but I think Night Purifier had a lot more success with it, getting 5-4 to overextend in that open space, right? We saw it really early on in that set, both of them trying to fish out how they should approach the neutral, and the timing from Purifier to just kind of like invite 5-4 into that empty space and then just throw out a move that would perfectly contest it without, you know, a beautiful risk reward management too on something that'll get him that launch without having to stick his neck out for it. Once he kind of established that you have to come to me game, it got really hard for 5-4 to chase. And usually Victor doesn't mind, right? We're just going to go in with plus frames. But the second you're getting launch for it every time, now there's hesitation. And hesitation breeds room for margins of error. And I think that's mostly where Purifier found his success. Oh, this one I'm excited for.
So it sounds like we're going to have a King Servbot and Papilla, which would be a king and a panda, I imagine.
Oh, we are going into the jungle for this one, ladies and gentlemen. It is just about time. If you've ever had the argument, you know, like lions versus bears, tigers versus bears, you pick, you know? Because you know, and you know what would be a perfect place to gamble some of that if you just feel like losing money anyway and being charitable? The Match Arena, okay? Beautiful place to dump some dollars if you've got some excess. You head over there, exclamation point Match Arena in the chat will take you right over to our page. You're gonna go ahead over to the right-hand side of the page and click on the claim code. Sorry, not the claim code, but I'm used to it. Click on the contribute button, go through the sponsor quest. We've got a bunch of ways to add money to the pot for free. Sorry, that's my muscle memory. But a bunch of ways to contribute for free with a bunch of sponsor quests at no cost to you. All the money goes to the pot and to the players who are providing this entertainment and thereby hopefully deserving of it. Let's see how much change gets knocked out of these pockets in this set coming up. Pandissimo versus Quandissimo. Oh my God, it's Raiden.
It's Raiden.
I actually hate it.
I love that.
I have a similar fit for Yoshi, so it's upsetting me that I'm not as creative as I thought I was. Okay.
All right, I'm sorry, Papilla. You're out for your Raiden cosplay. You know, no, I'm kidding.
No, I support it. I support it. Hey, listen, we're gonna need the strength of the Elder Gods to get out of these plus frames from Panda. And it's interesting too because, right, Pulse is gonna have, well, Papilla is gonna have the ability to use his armor to kind of like check a lot of the moves that Panda's doing.
Ooh,
but
nice
it's just,
break there.
Here we go. It's exactly what we're looking for. No access to heat meter, so just gonna get us out of a situation. Look how cautious they're being.
Yeah,
oh my God, I hate
they're both just sort of. They're both definitely like waiting on the perfect moment. It's
oh, please, please. Can you survive it? Yes.
What a perfect rage activation right there from Papilla. It's just like, you know what? I see what you're doing, and we're just gonna stop that right now.
He got saved by the amulet.
Gotta love it.
He got saved by the amulet. I've never noticed that Raiden had a tail also. I'm just gonna nice, we're gonna go ahead and armor through that. Oh, beautiful here.
Yep,
let's see how quick we get out of this chain throw. Yeah, no, we're getting checked. Nice. I like how most players generally forget what the answer is too and just hold 1 or 2 until they're out. Oh my God, Papilla! Beautiful duck. Could have killed if he would have got like a Wild Rising 1+2 or something, but you know, sometimes something's better than nothing always. Trying to take the simple check so it doesn't want to overextend. Don't forget how much damage Panda's capable of. We're probably gonna, especially in Rage with wall.
Yeah, no, everybody talks about Kuma's ability to make use, but no, Panda's absolutely as dangerous in certain situations. But, you know, so far Papilla's holding it out with that 2 wins right now. Nice duck there from King Servbot, though.
Dude, slow on the answer. Nice patience. That is launch punishable. Don't forget it. Oh, and drops the conversion. What's the mix? It's a nothing? That's almost braver than doing something. Nice.
Ooh. Nice sidestep there. Getting the low, but King Servbot was patient and got the run over. The very classic Tekken move. Just run him over.
And it's hard too because Servbot's definitely like at some point going to want to commit to like harder launches here. We're going to get one right as I'm saying it. Can we kill off of this with heat?
It's going to be close.
Oh my God, he's the best. Sometimes you just, sometimes mentally you just got to shake their hand.
Hey, you know, these rage arts are in there, and you just have to be aware of when to stop pressing, you know, but it can be hard when you feel like you have momentum.
Oh, we found it? Nice. Okay. And we're still alive in here. All right. Fun little trade.
Nice early exchange. Just, you know, a little bit of love tap going on.
And what I really love here from Papilio is how simple he's been keeping his offense too, right? Not getting too crazy, just introducing small mixes, trying to establish that conditioning, keeping it very slow paced. I think Serbot might almost be making a mistake by continuing to play that game with him. I'm not gonna sit here and tell a Panda how to play Panda, but I think if we started pushing Pia, it's every time. At some point you gotta blame yourself.
Yeah, well, you just almost like waiting for it, you know? But there's a decent amount of life there from King Servbot, so a lot of gray health.
Oh!
But that's not gonna help now. Not after that.
Dude, his mother felt that one. That was ridiculous.
Yeah. I think I felt that one. I mean,
yeah, that slap went back generations. Oh! Okay, now we're getting a little. We're getting a little stop it. Oh my god, we're just ragdolling him.
He's just like waiting for I don't know what. There we go. Yeah, you gotta break. You gotta break the.
Listen, I'm telling you, I think that this fella doing the thriller like in front of him every time is freaking me out. I hate it. I am telling you, when you have a fella that's forcing you to try to play a poke game. Oh my god, what did I just say? You know, English is like my only language too, right? That is forcing you to try to play a poke game as strong as Papia's been trying to establish it. Sometimes I think the best strategy you have is just tweak out on them, right? He's looking to try to manage very specific exchanges, and if you just push momentum on him, sometimes he's gonna miss big opportunities.
No, some of these characters are very strong, and you just have to keep control at all costs, and that's kind of what King Servbot is doing now. Let's see how much damage they get at the wall.
Oh, I thought he sidestepped it. Yeah, sometimes you just have to, listen, for lack of a better term, you just got to believe in your BS, man.
Oh, yeah.
I hit him with the walls. By the walls.
If you come at it with full confidence, sometimes that is enough. Another throw from King Servbot. Ooh, gotta start breaking those, you know?
All right, what's the mix? Yes, come, you see what I'm saying? Believe.
Yes.
He got pickup off it. You got, oh my god. Oh, they both have rage art. Woo. It's a Western. It is a Western right now. Look at the press. I was gonna say, dude, press something. You can't, there's a point where you can't just let him, you know?
Yeah.
You can't let this fella he's just club dancing on you. In front of your girl?
I mean, if you lose your girl to, well, anyway.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's...
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
If my wife's in the room, I'd rather lose than hold that. I can't let her watch me do that. Oh my god, we're getting swinged.
Woohoo, is it gonna hit the, yep, right into the wall. There we go.
Oh, and careful on the full commit too. Remember, that has just been adjusted. So full charge 322 is sidesteppable, and regular 322 is interruptible.
Ooh.
Especially, you're going to want to be really cautious repping a regular 322 on Panda, where that jab is basically launch punish.
Yeah,
Oof.
for sure. There we go. Activate the heat.
I haven't even noticed that Serbot hasn't gotten around this game so far. It's felt so much more back and forth in that round to round. Ooh, okay.
You're putting the positive Servbot energy into the air, I see.
Let me see it. I like Serbot.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah, give him that booty.
I mean, if you're a bear, like...
Oh my god, you're the best.
You know, we're gonna win with
We're playing Tekken ball now.
Yeah. I was gonna say beach ball right to the face.
Oh, he did the double? He's the best.
Yes. We go heat dash, kick to the face.
That's launch.
Nice block from Papia. Oh my gosh, right into the launch.
Yes.
It was such a great read. And throw.
It is still 2 exchanges away.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
That drop kick every time now. And you know what? I promise you, get ready for a couple of those Jaguar spins to not be followed up with a drop kick. I'm feeling big bouts of conditioning coming out of Papia.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just put his finger on the pulse. Branding.
There we
Oh my God, we're
go.
taking that guaranteed. Nice 53. He needs it, I guess. Dude, stop it.
Get out of stance. There we go.
Oh, I like the patience.
Mm-hmm. No, the run up and wait. Always a great move. Or,
Ooh, you're the best. In that butt. Yeah.
yep. Never ends.
Give me that butt.
Mm-hmm.
Bouncing on it, no permission. Didn't even ask. Nice.
Yeah, we see
Gonna get
King.
his... Yeah, sandwich between Panda and the wall. Problematic.
It is the absolute worst place to be. It's so hard to get around the bears.
Yeah, notice that we've just gone completely full Revit back up to 11 on the side of Servbot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I don't think Servbot liked that 3-0 we just had, and we're seeing some definite revenge here. Nice throw. Pick up some damage.
Oh my God, it's... Listen, I don't want to say it's over, but I don't like it.
Could very well be.
I don't
There
want
we
to say
go.
it's over.
But you know, if you could have, it would have looked very we call you fortune teller Kevin, you know,
Yeah.
all that. But no, it's all good.
Mystic
No,
McColon. Okay.
All right. So yeah, so it was amazing round between King Servbot and Papilla. Always love to see both of them. But now we are going to have to take a few minutes, about 3.5, you know, run some ads, keep Toma from having to beg on the streets, you know, that sort of thing. And
I don't mind
we will certainly
panhandling.
be right back. everybody, this is No Frames Given. This is Tekken 8. And we have already seen 2 amazing matches, and we're well on our way. I don't believe we're in top 8 yet. I think we are still qualifying. I'm going to find out.
Yeah, I'll take a peek at the bracket on the side. But we have Pling and Night Purifier in there for sure. I had already checked and saw that they squeezed their way in there. We've got a couple of other fellas in the background trying to get through. Listen, if it's anything close to the matches that we just witnessed, you know, it is probably a chaos fest. And in the jowls of quarterfinals right now. My face is still warm from Screamer from the last one. That Panda gameplay was, woof, you know?
Well, I mean, with all those huntsman stances, right? Doing a little dance.
Bro, it was putting me in heat. I was losing my meter. But a lot of great matches to come up. I'm excited, obviously, to see a Pling. I don't think I have to really go through the effort of explaining to anybody who's a big fan of competitive Tekken how strong Pling is competitively. So I'm excited to see that. Night Purifier, we already got a preview of, so know what kind of skill level to expect, especially where we're in a top 8 environment where there's a little more pressure on your back to keep that momentum going. Potential competitors that might squeeze their way in here. I'm going to look at winners quarterfinal side now as it's loading. So we're Divine Exorcist and
very good
Escortec, right? So a lot of E's and a lot of E's and S's and C's and letters in those usernames coming up. So the culmination is a word that I think defines what I'm trying to say of those 2 going in. And
yes,
Serbot will be playing also. So we're kind of just waiting on the result of Exorcist versus Escortec. Then we'll get over in here. We'll have our full batch for winter semifinals, which would be pretty interesting, dude. So we're gonna get Ling versus her pet.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll do the full intro. Usually, to make Toma happy, they'll do it. But so
if you guys can't hear us, please let it rock. Right before we gotta watch essentially virtual domestic violence, as far as I'm concerned. You know, let it rock.
Yeah. All right, it does look like we are going to be jumping into that wonderful owner on pet battle. You know, the sort of thing us Tekken fans are always here to watch. And,
yeah, listen, if you love your pet, you might want to remember it's just a video game today.
yeah.
It is gonna get aggressive. I think I've got to think too. I don't think I've really sat and thought about how annoying it would be for Panda to try to hit Zhao Yu out of AOP. Or how much Zhao Yu specifically is not going to care about Panda trying to do the same, right? Like you're going to be rolling around the floor, and that's kind of where her home is. So, yeah, a lot of, you know, hopefully we took a little swiffer to whatever arena we got before we get there, because there's going to be a lot of rolling around in this one.
Yeah. No, I spent a lovely evening fighting against a Zhao Yu for a while, and the character is just small all over the place. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say? She's difficult to hit, it feels like. And there would be moments where I would swear, like, all right, I'm about to get this launch, get this move going. And she just somehow like maneuvered her body out of the way and
yeah, she is the classic ball of just somehow she's never there. And then she's got great evasion when you work it in with her toolkit, right? It's obviously how she's mechanically built to be. It's how she's been fundamentally over the years. But you look at moves like her back one, just gets her out of anything. Especially when she's able to convert. Like she was one of the few characters when we were dealing with Jack's just egregious 2-1 up forward 1+2 over the past patch before it got adjusted recently, could back one into confirm and just shut it down every time. It's the level of evasion plus the float plus her ability to, you know, smoke through. And I can only imagine a character like Panda, who's down on the, you know, most people would consider. Listen, I've never felt bad for a bear in my life. Let me just start with that, okay? I don't care what they say. All right, you know what you're doing, but
no, I've gotten in trouble on my channel a few times for getting into bear rants. Like, oh, I didn't realize my bear rants were gonna be that.
Oh no, rant. They deserve to hear. They know what they're doing. I don't feel bad for them a day in my life. I
agree.
Yeah, there's. Sure, your character sucks, but if I mess up twice, you know, I think the bravest thing Servbot is doing is just choosing Panda over Kuma. That's a decision for sure. Like you want to have fun, you know. But Zhao Yu, yeah, probably is going to be one of those harder characters to hit. And when you have somebody like Peeling, who's so good at the game, understands it fundamentally, has been playing it for so long, and as much as, you know, we hate the Bears, they have their fundamental universal kind of players, just consider them to be at the bottom of the tier list generally, you know. Then you have Ling, who's hard to hit, and then you're gonna have Peeling, who's going to be relatively familiar with that matchup and how to expose why it's fake to a player that's going to need to be relying on that to succeed. I'm really curious on the side of Servbot, how he's going to adjust to kind of stop that, or at least to use the knowledge against him, right? Like, this is where we start getting into the conditioning. We saw when he was fighting Papilla, right? Like, when he was trying to play that slower paced gameplay, it wasn't working. But you can't fully commit to that flow chart if Ling's always going to have an out. So that's kind of like the back and forth we're going to have to witness here. And we'll see how it plays out as we move forward.
Yeah, for sure. And I always like to point out as well that when you do play the character that is played less, like we can argue, no, it isn't even an argument. Kuma has really great stuff, right? He's a great character. And there's a reason why more people usually tend to pick him. But there is something to be said for playing the lesser picked character. You know, you knowledge check people at that point. And certainly that doesn't always work, but it can work. And I think it can work enough in some cases.
Yeah, I think once you get to the level of a player who's more familiar, that's not really going to fall for those knowledge checks.
Oh, yeah.
It becomes more, you have to show them something, and like the first couple of rounds are all going to be information collecting. So let's see. Oh my God, it's Marvel Rivals. Oh, they pick matching outfits. Oh.
Aww. That was a great opening slap. There we go, King Servbot. All
right, here we go. Oh, it's hard because you can't sit there and hesitate.
Oh, not with Peeling. Absolutely not. I mean, we're just seeing the roller coaster of moves.
She might as well be invisible.
Respectable costume choice. Great launch.
Oh, we're just gonna, you're gonna lay on the floor. What are we doing? Okay.
And boom. There we go. I was like, and scene. Like, what could I even say?
Oh my God. Can we steal the floor from her in the lead? Can we do something? All right, nice start. So this is going to be the mix of issues, right? Because not only do we have to try to like work out what our offense is going to be when we get the turn, but first we have to get the turn. And Peeling not offering a lot of opportunities to even press. Nice start.
That was some great throw text from King Servbot, not letting any of them go through. There we go. Getting the knockdown.
No. Listen, if you play Tekken at any point in your life, you've gotten hit with that one.
Oh, absolutely. And
oh my God, it's not over.
No.
It kills me that she's doing air tattoos mid, like we're literally playing Street Fighter. Very, very impolite round to say the least.
But with Ling, most of them wind up being very impolite rounds. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? She comes off as innocent, but don't forget, she did, listen, sorry if it's a spoiler, the game's been out forever. She did take on like 15 Jack 8s by herself, you know, so.
And you know, Panda didn't help at all. Just
Panda
want
was
to point
not there.
that out. Exactly, like, where's Panda?
I don't know, wherever they stack bamboo, I guess, and we're gonna need some of it now. Oh my God, you can't even step it.
No. Ooh. I think Peeling can step a lot, though. There's some great side steps there, getting the launch.
Oh, we could do something with this. Oh no, unless we don't commit. You gotta. Yeah, check her.
There we go.
Get it. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, Pan Daddy.
Keep being aggressive. There we go. Great knockback.
Oh, never mind. This is why we start twerking. It's not just for show.
You never know when the headbutt's gonna come that way.
Well, it freaks out with the timing. It's like every time he does it, it looks like you're like trying to get like an item in Apex, but you don't want to get shot. You know, it's just. Nice.
No,
Oh, you want to talk about a momentum shift?
Yeah, that was a great use of that throw to put Ling against the wall. Got a whiff.
You
Nice
still got
step.
okay. It worked out at least, but it still almost just got kicked on her way out.
I know. I was like, I feel like if the second I open my mouth, things are gonna change every time. The true problem of being a commentator, right there. All right.
Well, yeah, and I was gonna say this is the problem when you get into the stage hazard aspect of this map. Is a big momentum shifter.
And it's only once, so whoever gets it gets it.
Reset into reset. What's the next? Yep, and I would have guessed low too. Nice. Oh, no pickup. She's so tiny.
So tiny. All right, we are currently 2-1. King serve bot. There we go, breaking the throw.
The situation we would have been in, it had Servbot not. You got to be kidding me! Had Servbot not tech that throw, would have been just so hard to get out of. And we're gonna end up in it anyway after a couple more exchanges. Nice. I'm telling you, Servbot, you got to commit. Get in there. Get nasty.
No, definitely once the aggression starts. These bears, once they're like snowballs. Literally, like once they get going, that's when you're really in trouble.
For some reason, it's like Servbot only wants to win when they're losing. We could do this from round start. Let's get it. She's just a girl.
No. Maybe they need to feel the fear, right? The clinch of near defeat, and then it clicks. Like it's time.
At this point, I think that Servbot's main strategy is just to stretch out these matches so we have more time to promote the Matcherino. If you guys have not had time to do it yet, !Matcherino in the chat will take you right over to our page. Head over to the right-hand side, or if you're on mobile, hit the contribute button. There is a list of different sponsor quests you can complete to add a bunch of free money to the pot at no cost. If you log in with any of your socials, log in with multiple socials. They clearly don't care about it. They've been just holding that for years. So, hop in there, show some support. You know, if you've got a little extra pocket money, we'd love it. Look at this set we got going on. You wouldn't slide a fella $1 to give you some of that tech? What the hell is Peeling doing? I don't get it. What is Servbot doing? Neither of them get to get up.
I mean, they're changing locations, which maybe it just took a little bit longer. You know.
Oh no, this is where Ling clocked in. This is do not give her PTSD. She's gonna picture you as a Jack 8 again. And you're not gonna stand a chance. If you tell her that Jin is asleep in that background, it's over.
Yeah, definite. Like, okay, everything's depending on me. Time to go.
Yeah, you know my man is resting. Ooh, I like it.
Great response there. Really piling on the damage and getting the rollover. Always beautiful.
You gotta guess. Ooh, give me a bite of that. Listen, be careful. You know how your pets get if you don't put out a plate immediately.
Yep.
Oh, man, your panda doesn't bite. Huh?
But that's not what I just saw. That's not what Ling just saw either. All right, but Healing definitely putting on the damage right now.
Ooh, I like it.
Love it. Great when you can jump over the low.
Wow, this is that movement. You can't press. It's so hard to resist the urge to press when she gives you those situations too.
Yeah, you just always have to remember with her that it doesn't matter where she's facing, how she's facing, she can still attack you.
Never do that to me again. Just oh, the second hit. Oh, if I was Servbot, I'd be losing it.
So close.
We're tied 1-1, and we're tied 1-1.
Nice defense there. Yes.
Yeah, we're getting a little brave. That stubbornness from Servbot. Serving him well.
Here we go. And wait on the ground. Go ahead and enter heat.
And you still, it's like Surfbot would get a launch, but since he keeps getting clipped on her way out, he just can't answer in time. He's still in hit stun. You have to guess. Nice. Wow.
Yeah, no, Peeling's really making these side steps. You know,
Beautiful confirm on the float.
Yes. I was gonna say not getting full combos, but definitely doing a lot of pokes.
You're a demon.
No, I like the time running out. I'm just gonna lay here. Yep, that's the strategy.
Sometimes it's a 2v1. It's you versus them and the clock. You gotta be careful. Oh, unfortunate spring kick.
There we go. Let's extend that combo as far as we can. Get the knockdown. And the dash. Great tech.
AOP is just ridiculous.
But Peeling is on the warpath, and
you know how hard you have to punch a bear in its liver to knock it on his butt like that? Like that's not.
I mean, she may look tiny and be able to get through all these situations, but she definitely packs a punch.
But thank God she also hits as hard as a truck, huh?
Yes, yeah.
Jesus.
Say you can't have everything, but in this case, you can have everything.
Oh, that was potentially full launch. I forget what the frames are on that, unless I was misinterpreting the move. Here we get. Oh no, I thought we got it guaranteed off of that. Again. Oh,
nice.
That missed input was so unfortunate. Anybody's mistake will cost him here. And it's going to be that on Surfbots. This is free pickup. You could rage art, but you don't need to. All right, that last one, we didn't need it. That last one was rude.
But just one more, Kevin. Just one more.
Fella's already down. We backflipping on him. Give me a break. Okay. So, excuse me.
You know, we've
feeling
talked
about that match. A lot of nonsense.
Yes.
It's hard because you know in your core it's intelligent nonsense, but you watch it, right? And you're just like, it kind of feels like I'm just watching buttons being pressed almost. You know, if
it does
you're
almost feel that way.
Yeah, it benefits you to try to notice the wisdom in it. I do think it's equally beneficial to notice the tomfoolery in it because they're both essential to being that high level player, right? That nonsense is as important as the fundamental play is. One of the biggest changes that I think was so strong from Peeling was when we were getting to the point where, again, Surfbots hesitancy is what was costing them. And we started getting into just interrupting with these launchers. And stubbornly so, every opportunity I get, I'm just going to go for it. Round after round after round, it was successful. And it's almost as if Pling waited up until those last couple of moments to log that behavior and then introduce the counterplay to it where it was too late to stop. You know, like we got so used to seeing this moment and then going for it where it's like, okay, now that I'm in this final situation where I know I need something, now I'm going to bait you. And I'm going to make it count.
I mean, and then that's a form of conditioning as well, honestly. I mean, you're sort of just waiting for, you know, when somebody thinks this is going to work.
Yeah.
It's been working. Then you make sure right when, you know, it's about to be the win, it doesn't work anymore. Like,
yeah.
These are the sorts of things I was talking about right up front before the tournament even, where it was like, I want to see how they respond to each other and how they play against each other. And that was just a perfect example right there.
Yeah, I think not only the implementation of logging the behavior, but also continuously encouraging it, right? Like going, I'll give up situations so that I know if I present this to you, that's just the automatic response I'm going to get. And then by the time you can't help it, you know, I know how to make this pay. Because that counterplay was so immediate, right? It's like, we know the answer to this off the bat. You keep launching me here. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to put my shoulders on the mat and I'm just going to wait, you know? I will watch it whiff. And once you have that answer clocked in there, and you decide to not introduce it up until those last moments, gets really, really tough. I've been on that receiving edge of like, you know, somebody like knows that they could duck, let's say like Yoshi back to 2. They don't show it to me. They don't show it to me. Then we get to the end of the round where it's like now they want to duck it 15 times, and I've lost for throwing it out twice because I just have not been able to get myself to stop. I know to not do it, but it's just, especially when you get through like drilling these situations, you know, you go in practice mode, you're like, this is the answer, this is the answer, this is the answer. You condition yourself over time to just immediately respond, you know? And once that counterplay comes in, if you can't stop, that's where we end up. Now, of course, we're not out for the count completely. This is a double elimination type pool, so Sirbot will be sitting, if I'm not mistaken, in losers quarterfinals. It should pad out. So I have opportunities to see them potentially make the comeback, but as far as it stands right now, Pling going to be sitting on winner's side of winners finals. Still has a bit of at least another match to go before we really lock into one of those top 3 spots, but you know, strong competitor to say the least. And I don't even think we really have to. On loser side, we've got a Copy X hanging out. 5-4 did eventually make it out, so might be looking for a run back too if he could. If he reruns into Night Purifier and he picks that outfit again, I'm just telling him he did it to himself. I can't. I don't know what it is. There's basically 3 different types of like Tekken players I find when it comes to customizations. You let me know how you feel about this too. My theory with this. There is the cosplayer, which is usually me, right? I want them to look like something else, and I did such a good job of making them look like whatever else. Then there's the Drip Lord, where it's just, you know, it's usually, you know, they don't like getting called out, but they know who they are. The stands, right? You pick Lily, you put her in a pretty dress, or you know, or I don't count this one myself because I find it ugly. But you take Kazuya and you put him in some sneakers and a bucket hat or whatever. It's, you know, what you think looks cool. And then there's just like the troll fits, right? How ugly can I make this? And the problem with 5-4 is that I think he thinks he's a Drip Lord, and he's a troll fitter, and he doesn't know. Right? Like if I could draw like a Venn diagram between the 3, he's right in that bubble of like he thinks it looks cool, but it's just, you know, it's too edgelordy for me. We got the skull mask murdered out with the demon hordes and the drip jacket, and then he's got the, you know, the foam posits. It's too much, dude. It's I'd rather pick a base custom, do something else. I will send him fits if he needs, you know. There's solutions to it, but if he comes out with that one specifically, again, it is on him.
You know, Kevin, you were totally right. I feel like the outfit really just...
Also, what's up, Piplo?
Yes, hi, Pied. But yeah, no, the outfit just really makes the match. You know, they know what they did.
Yeah,
if they choose wrong, they know.
I guess, you know, it is imperatively like what it does to you, right? Is it gonna make you feel cooler? But I feel like if I, he's my boy, so I can mess with him a little. If I put on a mask and demon horns and I get in this whole like fit, and then I get wall splatted 16 times, I'm out. I'm changing the fit. I told I was doing an event myself and I was playing one of my listen, 5-4, you know what you're doing. I know you got something else like clocked in with those fits. Pick a different one. I'm not with the puffer jacket, all right? We live close enough. You're on my side of the equator. The weather's pretty similar where we're at. It's not puffer jacket season right now, all right? Like, all right, you're not the puffer stays during I guess, bro. Is your girl in the room? I want to know if she approves of that fit. She is. Ask her if she approves of that fit. Ask her out of 10 how she feels about it. And if she says anything higher than 7, dog, let me tell you, keep her. She loves you. All right. Like if she says anything higher than 7, that's for you. All right.
Oh man.
If she rates it anything higher than like 5, 4.
Badumcha.
I'm here. Is that her?
Yes.
Okay. Rate. All right. You're sitting there watching your man play. What are you rating that fit? You know, I don't want to ask the second question because I'm sure you get along. I was gonna ask like if he came home in that fit, you wouldn't tell him to take it off, but that's one, rude. I'm not gonna put you on the spot like that. 2, it's a double entendre. So then we start getting into a whole different. Just on his Victor customization, you approve?
What show am I on?
10 toes? 10 toes, you're gonna stand on that? I don't like that none of you are responding anymore because I feel like there's a discussion happening behind the scenes. Don't listen to him. Speak from your heart.
It does look like Divine Exorcist is ready. So,
Okay.
all right. I love
I'll give you guys
this.
time to think about it. We have the other match coming up. She's in the other room. She's typing. All right, tell her to hurry up.
Director Toma on here. Aren't you guys glad that
100% I
Kevin?
love it.
Aren't you glad that Kevin's here, just calling out 5-4 on his fit tonight? This is just pure gold. Thank you for your sultry words on 5-4's horrible choice of fit. Thank you.
Kevin's mad he lost to me as his. You know why I'm not? Because you know what you weren't wearing? I could hold that. If I face you online when we play like later, if I lose to you in that, yeah, then I'll be mad. Like, I'll hold it at the offline in a regular fit. I love that.
You know,
That's fine. That match is 8-2. You got to do it to me. You know.
speaking of fit, we have merch.
We do have merch.
Segway.
You know what you should put on? 5-4. I'm telling you, if we want to get into the thick of it, we've got a beautiful modern player skip neutral shirt that you should, consider. Get one for you and the lady. You know why? Because if you spend over $50, you also get to use a coupon code for free shipping. What is that coupon code? I have it written down. Free ship 50. Free ship 50. And I know that gas from Connecticut all the way down here is expensive. So let's reserve some of that money. Let's put it towards the merch. If you guys are interested, you can feel free to check that out. ! Merch in the chat. I'll drop it for you. I know you guys have a hard time finding your keyboard. Head on over there. Check out some of that merch. Pull it up in the side tab, but also stay dialed in.
Night Purifier switched to Lars. Is it because of the Claudio matchup, you think?
He's doing it for the casters.
Oh. Man, I love Divine Exorcist Claudio. Not just because I play him myself, just such a... Well, you'll see.
Feel free to have a bias.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, too. It's going to be a big match. I'm trying to make sure the capes don't get in the way.
They do look like they're a couple of superheroes who just got very angry at each other.
You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. There's no way you whip that move. I've never seen that move whip before in my life.
Right into
Here we
the
go.
wall.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, notice that movement away from the wall immediately, especially at this level. Like, Claudio is so strong. If he gets your back to that wall, you cannot let him play two-dimensional when you get there.
No, that is definitely his strength for sure. Oh, love it.
Oh, we've got to do something. Yep, and that... No way! Hit range! What are you doing? Okay, never mind. I was like, fella, freeze the clock. You gotta understand, you got 3... This round is 3 rounds to me. What I do is I like to stack and compartmentalize my time. Hit that rage art, we freeze it completely. 1 round is 3 for me. Stack that up over a year, I'm gonna kick your butt.
There we go. Lars is going, but let's see. We got some heat on Divine Exorcist side. Nice step back.
Nice
Got that
off the
launch
foot, yeah.
though. Up to
It's
the
not going to
wall.
equate into much, but the positioning is going to be so worth it. Do not guess wrong here. I like to Purifier was just simply willing to take a couple of guaranteed lows on the floor to roll himself out of the positioning. He understands how pivotal it is to not be in that situation, and he's done everything under the sun to avoid it. Ooh.
Here we go, getting the throw.
There's a little nut tap. I saw it.
We are 1-1 now. Getting a start with that running 2.
Oh.
Nice. You gotta kick him out of that new move of his. It will absolutely guard break.
Nice, trying to shut down the momentum somehow. The delay, trying to catch something.
Ooh. Divine Exorcist whiffed on the back 1, 2, so getting the combo up to the wall. Nice block on that low from Night Purifier.
Yeah, and it's hard too, Claudio, because sometimes you want to check him with that low, but his access to them just universally is so small, right? Only has like 2 to 3 pivotal ones. We've sidestep 4 Down back 3-4, down back 4-3, I forget. They don't lead into much, but that conditioning to get your opponent to potentially hold on to a mid if you poke enough is worth it.
Nice. Gonna break it? Yep.
That's what happens when you're scared to back one.
And that is an exceptional move of Claudio's. But you can't be too scared of it.
And his access to Starburst now. Watch out for that. Down back 1+2.
Nice patience there from Divine.
Oh, he blew
There's
it
the
up.
card break.
Okay. All right, that was choreographed. I don't want to hear it. Tool assisted. All right, first round going to Exorcist.
Man, what a
Definitely.
clean Claudio. I think every single time. He's a TWT final?
Exercise that toolkit divinely until you get the crown. Careful with that jab string from Night Purifier too. Leads into heat engagers, can become a launcher in heat.
Go. Already going through the heat, but Divine Exorcist is a man on a mission right now. Just full aggression. There we
Yeah,
go, get
death
that
by
armor
1,000
move.
cuts.
I mean, it all adds up, for sure. Nice. Night Purifier managed to deal with the stepping, which is good. I do love how smooth the side steps are. You could really see it with the amount, like, they're using side steps now, you know?
Yeah.
There we go. Get that throw. That was enough.
Yeah, and they've been very, very hesitant to even bother trying to sprinkle the throws in there. Especially when you get players at this level that are pretty much able to tech all of them. You know, it can feel pretty, like, nonsensical to bother even attempting it. Oh my god, look at that chip. We got to turn it into something.
Yeah, no, they're... You know, Night Purifier is showing a lot of patience and waiting for their time, but at some point you have to do something, you know? Because Divine Exorcist is running the show. There we go.
Yeah, get into that BS. Look at that. This should be dead.
Lars, do Lars things and go.
Domain expansion.
Watch my anime. What?
All right,
No,
double
no,
sidestep
no.
off. Rip, these fellas be practicing their KBDs, huh? Oh my god.
I know. I just always fun to watch. Divine Exorcist go.
All right, let's see what we can get off of this. This positioning on the wall always makes it so awkward, yeah. It's very hard on this stage to be able to get full access to like a lateral, well, parallel to the wall without ending up chucking them into it.
And it's fun, you know, the stage hazard only goes one way. Nice little wait there. But we are now fighting the clock.
Ooh, what a beautiful check. It's still possible.
No, absolutely. Night Purifier needs to win this one in order to tie Divine Exorcist, so we can continue to have rounds. There we go.
So just ate that, huh?
Uh-huh.
You skipped breakfast today? Nice patience, beautiful contest. Just staying on that shoe shine. Oh, what a whiffy.
Was a nice tech.
Yeah. He's just trying to shine his shoes before he bursts. Call that fella Ron Swanson.
We're
All right,
1-1.
Just in case you ever feel bad for Lars, don't.
Oh, I'll stop feeling bad for him then. I mean, the poor man didn't have any lows. Tear.
All right, nice check. We taking that stage hazard? We gotta. It's Quadio. Oh, then no L's.
And we need to get down into the casino, and then things will really be fun.
96 damage. 96 damage. I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm not. Right, what's the mix? Oh, now you're going through the floor? Welcome to my basement.
And wall hazard? Nope. No
Overhead
divine.
button?
Say Divine's making sure to carefully step a lot to have their not have their back against a wall hazard.
He's really beginning into that low check at the end of round 2 on a Night Purifier, just kind of like stalling in front of Exorcist, trying to check his timing and then just tossing it out. Gotta be real careful here.
Once again, a very precarious position, really, for both of them.
Well, you just start playing like a Tekken pinball machine the second you get down to this section of Ortiz Farm. Any launch is just, all right, let's go to the paddle, let's get back.
You're not wrong.
Watch it. Let's see how far he's gonna go. Oh no. Ooh, that one hurt me.
I know. Tried to sidestep, but not quite work.
All right,
There we
beautiful
go,
chin
nice.
check there. Beautiful. Oh my God, it was tool assisted again.
Here we go. Man, Night Purifier.
How did that
just-
win?
Yeah. There we go.
That
Some
felt
ball
like I wanna
rising.
look
1-1.
at you. It disgusts me.
You've disgusted Kevin. How dare you?
That's my favorite part from Claudio too, man. When this fella goes for his D jab, he's just like, I guess, but it's gross. I don't want to. I'll look the other way. What? Okay. He didn't mean to low parry that. He was going for something else. I already know. Don't let him convince you otherwise. These fellas be getting accidentals.
It looked very impressive in the moment.
Oh, never tell them you didn't mean to do it, but we know. We know. Oh my God, get him to stop, bro. Nice.
We're calling them out today here, everybody. And by them, I mean everybody.
I was gonna say it's possible. All right, so I did like before the round was over when Divine Exorcist did. I want to point out in a moment that it was like it's one of the smaller moments that's really telling of how intellectual these players are. Sidestep when they were both towards the wall, away from the wall, to take away Purifier's ability to potentially sidestep the heat activation, because he couldn't go towards the wall, he would have been stuck, and if he would have sidestepped with him, he would have ran into it anyway. So that was a small decision that unfortunately did not lead into the sequencing that Exorcist was hoping for, but it's very telling of how dialed in these competitors are today. With that said, guys, we're going to take another small break and get back into this top 8 action very shortly. While we're gone, make sure to check out that Match Arena and check out that merch shop. What else do you have to do other than drip yourself out and drip us out? We'll catch you guys in a couple of minutes.
Bye. And we return to another round of No Frames Given Tekken 8. It is myself, Lobrylla, and KevinMColon sitting in and watching some.
No, it's KevinMColon. It's KevinMColon, guys. Sorry, director was just kind of coming in.
Sorry, I mean,
Listen, for the sake of keeping
Kevin
enough
M
of
something or other. I don't know. And that guy over there that I'm commentating with today. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. And
I don't want to fill too much of the air with the username nicknames that I get, because I want to keep it like, at least a VOD monetizable for later, but it's gotten expensive. It's
Oh, I have a million nicknames. I totally understand.
Yeah.
Lobrylla, Lobs, Lobby, the list goes on and on. So you're in good company.
Alrighty, so we're going to be taking a visit onto the loser side of our top 8 bracket here tonight. I'm going to give Pling and Night Purifier a little second to rest, breathe, maybe use the bathroom themselves. They're probably checking out the merch. They need a little time to figure out what purchase they want to make. If you haven't as of yet, exclamation point merch, and you can see, I know Pling's rocking. He's not going to tell you, but turn that webcam on. It gets freaky. The Chrono and Copy are going to come up on loser side of top 8 here. And we get to see how these competitors choose to adjust to each other. Now, I'm less familiar with them. What knowledge do we have on Lob side? What do we know about these two?
I believe I've seen Chrono before, but I actually don't have much knowledge about this one either. This is going to be, at least from my end, a gigantic mystery.
And you know what? Sometimes when it comes to commentary, those are my favorite sets, because I get to learn about the players through the gameplay. All right. If you're a little behemoth like me, if you drool more than you think, we'll notice, Also, that character pick I can't wait for too. So if anybody does know at this point, I don't want to know. Don't tell me. It's not worth it. It'll be more interesting to see the implementation of that as we move forward, especially if I don't even know if it's their secondary. Because they just might pull out Sun out of the blue. Who knows? But I'm excited about it. And then after that, it's looking like we're going to get a view of the Pied Piplup, which is versus 5-4, which should be Alyssa versus Victor.
Should be.
Yeah.
Plus, they're both on the same team, so...
Yeah, it plays out in that way. You can't avoid it. I know there was a bit a while ago where that was kind of like run-of-the-mill for 5-4 and Crispy, where they just entered 800 different events and couldn't stop running into each other. I did it to them like 3 times, But stop getting into top 8s and it'll stop happening. Maybe if you guys were worse at the game, the top 8 wouldn't be filled with MTS fellows all the time. Then we wouldn't have to do this, but,
Yeah, that is certainly the answer, is to just,
just throw.
Be absolutely awful at everything you do so you don't have to face your friends. See, these are the tips and tricks you were all here to learn.
Guys, if you never try, you never have to fail. You know what I'm saying? You can just stay home and be yourself. Or, I'll be real, if you were really about your team like that, figure out which one of you has a better chance matchup-wise in the top 8 and throw a match and send them. Maybe 5-4 deserves to win today, but maybe 4 of these top 8 fellas don't know how to deal with Leo. What are we doing? Is it about you or is it about the boys? Anyways, realistically, let's watch some gameplay. We got Law versus King. Nobody's going to feel bad for anybody here. Oh my God, it's Soul Calibur. Oh, I'm stealing that. Hulk Hogan, I've seen. That's fine.
Maxie.
Oh, it's
my
Maxie.
Gosh. I love it.
How have I not seen this yet?
I know, right?
It would be like a little Dookie Claudio, but unfortunately, it is just Soul Calibur.
Well, yeah,
and by that,
was
I mean
about
fortunately.
Hey, I was a huge Soul Calibur fan back
Dude,
in the
I'm
day.
so upset that I cannot just work out a Soul Calibur 6 fit for Yoshi. It just looks so horrible. Okay.
I'm a dragon. Just saying. You guys
Beautiful
missed
dog.
Here we go.
Beautiful. Nobody
Nice.
can block forward neutral too. I'm gonna tell you right now. There was a friend I have that I'm trying to teach believe in the BS with King, and you'll really start seeing what this character is. There was a point where he would not accept that. He was like, "What? But what if they can react to it?" They can't. They just can't.
Yeah, at a certain point, you just gotta eat it. And King has a few moves that are like that for sure. Whiffing the throw, Tekken the throw.
Yeah, and
Love to
unfortunately,
see.
At least unfortunately for King, kind of suited enough for him. You're not getting free damage off of those door breaks anymore. As per the most recent patch.
That went away.
Yeah, we took that back. I don't know what we were doing with that. I'll be real. Harada's vision. That's, you know, it's his game, but it was a decision.
Tekken community had out the pitchforks and the torches and
oh my god, you might die for this.
Yeah.
Can we get wall here? No, it's freaky.
Well, really great at breaking those throws.
Oh my god, he killed them with the people's elbow. Oh, did it for us 90s kids. What a beautiful side step.
Felt that in my soul. There we go. Let's get the throw in. And not teched.
Send him back towards the wall. Remember, that stage hazard still hasn't been popped yet.
Working towards it.
Doing it again.
Worked once. Do it twice.
Fella woke up enraged. Oh, get away from me.
He's trying to get a lot of quick damage with those well, actually, I haven't seen the nunchucks, but, you know, Law and Rage, though, is very good.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. If you pick a Soul Calibur character and you forget to use your weapon, you know, you'll end up here. We're going to see the wall right here for sure. 3, 2, 2. We ran for ages. Fella went on a full marathon. Uh-oh, guaranteed? No, we missed it.
Oh, man.
Nice block, nice answer. Oh. We're going to get tossed off the Hell in a Cell. For sure.
And stage hazard number 2. Let's get some heat going.
Wow, he's a man. Yeah, toss that fellow away. Who do you think you're messing with? Oh, what a whiff.
There we go.
Oh my god.
And
then the pedigree. To pick a WWE finisher that he's not ended around with yet.
He's working his way through.
I know that's the point. Oh, it's coming up. Dude, what a wonderful time to be a King main. And a horrible time PR-wise. We won't talk about it. Let's talk about the beautiful marketing from the team over at Mid-Tier Summit and their Matcherino page that you could visit by using !Matcherino in the chat, heading over to that contribute button. It's available on mobile. So if you don't have a PC, I don't want to hear it. You know, if you're in the chat somehow, you can get there. You could go over to contribute.
You could even do one of those fancy side quests. You know, rack up some You know, I feel good doing side quests. Oh, yeah.
I don't need to. I'm the best. Listen, what we need to promote is some of this King gameplay. What am I looking at? It's literally just, and I mean, it's fun to, not to act like it's not fundamentally sound. I understand how we're getting from move to move, but it is, compared to most Kings, just a highlight reel of some of his more specific moves. We haven't even really seen an RKO yet. Not on the list. When you gonna pull that one out, Chrono?
Yeah, call Chrono out now.
Oh, the Grogu, the Yogurt.
Round 1. Fight.
He actually gave him green feet with the pads. So this is, you remember how we were talking about how 5-4 fits within that Venn diagram of like drip and troll? This is between cosplay and troll right here. This is one of the other midpoints we can get to. I get it, and I get that there's not really another way to get here, but ew, you know? Go ahead and unchug him.
Sometimes some of these characters just demand to be created in these games, and Tekken allows you to do that, luckily.
Oh, what a beautiful trade. Is that Hulk Law? 5-4, please. I said it was Yoda 5 seconds ago. I gave you the key.
Round 2.
Oh, man. I mean, I would have never thought to create Yoda. Very creative for sure. Oh, drop the combo. You know, Yoda wouldn't have dropped that combo.
Creative custom, creative offense. What if I didn't hear you, huh? Rewind it! Sorry, 5-4.
Technically, another Soul Calibur character.
Oh, it's true.
Ooh.
It's actually true. I'm upset about that. I wish you didn't say it.
Oh, it's okay. okay. You could just ignore me the way Toma does. It's fine.
Ooh.
All right.
We'll get back to that later. That's a whole different beef set. Oh,
There
we're trying to throw King? Yeah, mid check him. I like that.
Well, isn't the joke? I did the butt ears that King can't tech throws. Like
Kings cannot tech throws.
cannot do it.
They historically cannot.
Nope. So what? We dish throws
Ooh.
out. Nice.
All right, give him that check. Nice. Oh, off the Oki. That was a Jedi mind trick.
Go.
Oh, that's
Nice.
unfortunate. That
Taking
is
advantage
Rat.
of that whiff.
Oh,
And-
never mind.
Chiropractor King.
The Ric Flair. Spring kick into that immediately is so egregious. I love it. Oh, return the favor.
I always feel like when you do the immediate spring kick, you're showing your
You know what I'm
emotions
saying?
there a
Oh,
little
you can't
bit.
even tech this. Cesaro.
In fairness, if it works once, twice, 3 times, you do it a 4th time. That's what MTS has taught me.
Ooh, that was a beautiful duck. Yeah, there is a rule of thirds that's pretty applicable. Oh, get off of me.
There we go. Copy
I'm gonna
X
be
is
real.
like
Why
no
have we not put a
longer.
Yoda fit on Zhao Yu?
Why haven't we?
You know, if we're really gonna get down to size matters. Uh-oh. Baboosh. Oh my god.
Sometimes you just gotta low parry.
Oh,
we
guess
go,
for
get
game? Oh, he did that because I asked for the RKO. It's okay, Chrono. Next time you don't have to do it.
Okay, not quite enough, but we're getting
guaranteed?
the slide.
No, he's gonna eat that.
Oh, yeah. Nope, he's
Oh.
definitely pressing.
Look at that schmixel.
And that there is the 3rd.
I
Hulk.
refused to talk because I really wanted to give air to the size of that magic pixel. That, keep in mind, part of the patch, 20 extra health to everybody. We just saw it there. If this
Oh,
was
yeah.
pre-patch, he would have been dead. Keep that in mind. Ooh, what a set. What a set. I will say, 2 like-minded individuals, you know? Those fellas were about swinging.
I'm
I liked
live.
it.
Okay, it's Toma. I'm live. There are reasons why I have to ignore you sometimes. Okay, Lobs. All right, we just don't have to go on about it on stream. All right, just wanted to throw that in there. All right, going off air. See ya.
All right, so Kevin is allowed to go on and on about 5-4's drip, and I make one comment about Toma, and suddenly...
I didn't make a comment about Toma.
I'm
you know?
a sensitive guy. I'm a very sensitive guy. My feelings are hurt. I'm gonna go talk to my therapist now. See ya. Thanks. Bye.
Just remember, guys, if you come on No Frames Given, watch your mouth. All right? There are big do's and don'ts here, and we saw, you know, the implementation of some of them in that past set, and I can only imagine what we're going to see in this next one. As we prep, both of these competitors are here, so we won't have to kill in a great amount of time. 5-4 taking on Piplup, and what's going to be a team kill tonight, and not only 2 competitors that have seen each other a million times, but again, unfortunately, are cut from the same cloth organization-wise. Somebody's got to go, you know? Shake hands and get to business. Alyssa versus Victor, I feel like it's easier to view 5-4 as the underdog here because Alyssa's just like, she is something, you know? She's definitely something. Has an answer for just about everything. Also made a new custom just to prove Kevin's theory. Okay, I can't wait. I'll let you know where in the Venn diagram you fall, and you'll let me know if that's what you were aiming for. But I'm really excited for this. If the fit is, you know what? Actually, so I want to root for 5-4, unless he engages in my one cardinal sin that we already spoke about. You know.
He might do it just to spite you. Like,
You know what I'm saying? And I don't care how cool Michael B. Jordan's been making sinning look. Okay, it's still bad. So let's see.
I mean, sitting's pretty good.
Only in the movies. Okay.
Okay.
It's over. I want his dish rag.
Ha 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 ha. Purple cowboy.
Oh, is this a fit? I don't know. It's cool looking. It's cool looking if it's nothing else. If it's anime related, you guys have to tell me because I miss out on anime fits on the time.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, so somebody else is going to have to say.
I like it though. Very K-poppy, you know. Oh my God, talk about it. And you know what? Not fair that we went to Victor's home.
Right, but it's a very small
Oh my God.
stage, and that definitely favors some characters. I think either character could be very good against the walls.
I think one of the things too is it's kind of beneficial to everybody. It's more. I'm agreeing and disagreeing at the same time. It sounds like it's more how much does it cut off your routing before you get there? Like how much damage are you losing before you get to the wall?
You know, for characters like John who do have a lot of towards the wall, like I could see that being the.
You know, like sometimes with Yoshi, there's a length of the combo I wanted to do before we get there, and then we just end up there. I have to cut it short. Oh, return that favor. Piplup said, I actually main Owissa. Never seen an L in my life.
Destruction stance. Period.
What?
Done.
Okay, it's. I feel like 5-4 was going for something else, but if the counterplay was actually just a hop, that's my favorite counterplay of all time. All right, checking with the lows. Ooh, what a beautiful flow. And this is where Victor shines.
Yep, right there. You can see some sword floor. Nope.
Oh, I hate her. I hate her. No. You had to look. Did that miss? You had to confirm. We needed the tornado. That's so unfortunate. Yeah, you got to be very cautious when you're getting that like wall splat where they fall to the side. That stuff will not pick up.
Yeah, it was.
Yo, what's going on, Styling? I see you in chat. You giving these fellas a chance by not signing up? What we doing?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen Styling in a while.
Oh my God.
Gotta get some.
I'm washed. No, I was gonna say he's just saying he's washed because JD keeps dooming on Eddie. Look, I know that fella John Ding is making you lose hope, fella, but you're him. Oh, what a low check. All right, so must have been some shit talking in the core. These fellas are some hatred in these normals.
Yeah, I assume even if they're not talk to each other, just a whole lot of cursing going on. Probably at the same time, especially right now. Man. There we go.
Oops. Stylin's also won my tournaments before. Oh, that counter hit. It's crazy too because had you waited, this game was over. And I have seen the Magic Pixel's been the name of the game today. Oh my God, it's so possible. It's so possible. No, you can't eat that.
The move was faster. So sometimes, you know.
It's hard. I do think sometimes in those situations, when you have a life lead, mind you, I've lost to stuff like that too. So I'm not talking like I'm not susceptible to it. But there is, what am I trying to say? There is an important mindset to keep that sometimes because you have so many mistakes that you can make and all you need to do is jab something, you can kind of sit there and wait for them to overextend. I get especially it being Tekken and not wanting to do nothing because doing nothing is also like a game ender, right? If you sit there and hold everything, something will catch you at some point. Mm-hmm. But when you have a character like Victor that needs to overcommit at some point to get that, if you basically just stay as a tank, right? He can't rely on pokes till the end of the game. He's got to launch with something. That one jab was sitting there for a half hour, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So if we see that situation again, I'm curious if Pip will be willing to just wait for it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I've definitely been susceptible of that, knowing I just need one more hit. And you want to make that hit so bad that you wind up making more mistakes than if you had just been patient. Happens to the best of us, for sure. There we go. Let's activate some heat.
Again, that same situation. We keep getting presses from Piplup, and there's no reason for 5-4 to stop.
Yep,
I was going to say, where's heat? And all he's got to do is rip expulsion 7 times. Never mind. Never mind. He wants to think whatever.
There we go. That up one.
Okay. This fella just got a haircut on his way in.
There we go. We're at the bottom layer now. See Pied Piplup take advantage of their moment. Here we go. Let's get some back and forth. And yeah, no, Pip kept up the momentum there.
Shine his shoes, Piplup. Keep smacking that mask until it falls off.
Mm-hmm. And that would make Kevin very happy.
Oh, so happy. Nice, guaranteed. Nice answer to that pressure. Yeah, it's really rough once you let her get in with that.
So sometimes you just got to kick the battle bot in the face, and sometimes you also got to rage when you know they're pressing. So at least get his health down some.
Yeah, and hers is low, so this is going to hit pretty fat.
Yeah.
And thankfully did not put him into rage as well. That would have been more problematic. That was, you know, an attempt was made. Wow. AI's coming for us all.
All right, let's see if Pied can tie the matches. They get in.
Love that bait too. Oh my God, it's Bait City.
Yeah, it's definitely setting him up. Let's get the throw. That was quite the cinematic.
You play this game
there.
or something? What's up? You're making it look like you like Tekken.
Wait, people like Tekken?
It seems like it.
I don't know. I've been on Reddit.
Listen. Reddit is
that was my first mistake, in fairness.
Yeah.
Logging into Reddit, you know.
I'll tell you what you do with Reddit. Reddit is great. If you're gonna go on there, you're gonna give them some content that's like pretty down the middle, and then you're gonna log out. Listen, guys, there's this outfit exists in the game, and then you leave, and then that's it.
Mm-hmm.
The second you start communicating, you want to talk about heat engagers.
All right, so who did 5-4 pay to get the small boat stage like twice against Pied Piplup? That's you know. I'm just calling shenanigans where I see it. Yeah.
So listen, I'll give you 5. Now, I like the implementation of the armor from Piplup to shut down a lot of offense from 5-4, but one of the things we got to be careful with is that Piplup's been a little overly reliant on it, and that culmination of just tanking hits, and taking hits, it's still leading into sequences where 5-4 is able to drain that life bar. An attempt was made.
Nope. Sometimes you just try out the rage to see if it'll go, and 5-4 was ready for it that time. All right.
Nice. He's gonna get that punish. He's been pretty consistent too. Clearly familiar with the matchup. You notice it in the small exchanges. Blocking low chainsaws, getting his not only getting his punish, but getting his more optimal punish rather than just like autopiloting a while rising 4.
Here we go. Let's go against the wall. Where Victor is honestly gonna shine quite a bit.
You gotta be. Oh no, I get it too because you can't lay there forever, right? But if that fella just would have put that sword down.
No, for sure. No, the Pied Piplup was showing a lot of great patience there, but it just didn't work out that time.
Beautiful side step.
Nice. Back up and then move forward to attack. There we go. Tried the hop kick.
Oh, that low. And you just can't get away from it. I mean, that's it,
like,
right? Yeah. Should be. 5, fortunately, getting through this round. You're going to be moving forward in bracket.
Were you just waiting to say that? Like that?
It came to me in the moment. I was doing that thing of like, listen, I've been mean enough to him. I'll give him a good pun, you know? All right, guys, we're gonna take another break as we prepare to advance in this bracket. We'll see you guys very shortly. We've got great matches coming up. Just to name a couple of competitors: Pling, Night Purifier, Divine Exorcist, Chrono, King Sirbot, and 5-4. I actually named them all. We'll see you guys
Good
in
job,
a bit.
Kevin.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned during this break. We'll be right back with some more action after this.
Be back. We've watched that wonderful team on team action going on between 5-4 and Pied Piplup. We are back from our break, about ready to go into more matches. What did you think, Kevin?
I enjoyed that a lot. I think Piplup's downfall was the overuse of armor. And I think we got too reliant on loads. It's hard, right? I keep trying to like preface all of this with like I've been susceptible to this before, but we got stubborn with the lows, right? There was a point where it was noticeable that a low was going to equate into taking 22 damage and giving up a turn, and we just kept throwing them out, right? And 5-4, not because of him, but just momentum based, right? Victor as a character, you can't give him that turn. And if you want to talk about momentum, let's get into one matchup that is just going to be a hellacious swing back and forth between these two as Chrono takes on Divine Exorcist. This fundamentally strong Claudio, you know, we can keep repeating how great of a player Exorcist is. Gonna take on this politely ad nauseating king. But
I was gonna say Chrono's king is strong for
yeah,
sure.
But a beautiful kind of like homogeneous balance between fundamentally strong and unorthodox as King can be without making it too risky.
Oh man,
Let's
we
get
are
down into
already
the
down to the
laboratory.
bottom. Before the first round is even over. Woo! You know, sometimes you just want to do-si-do. Let's push Claudio into the wall. Is this going to be enough to tie the health? That sidestep
yeah.
4. That's why Claudio's dangerous against the wall.
Right, it's the best low in the game. I'm lying.
It's at least a very good one.
Really?
Nice.
I guess I said I think it's horrible. I think it's one of like the worst lows in the
I think it's good against the wall. I mean, it has its uses, is what I really would say.
Oh, for sure. But I think like while you need to rely on it, it's not the best low to be relying on, you know? But here's a good one.
Oh yeah, no, his heat smash is really, really good.
That would have been incredible too because he had not tornadoed in the combo yet. And now King in heat. You're sandwiched between him and the wall. Guess for game? Nice guess. I'm gonna stand on it that if a King goes for that elbow, like his one option, and you block it, you should at least get a jab punish. Beautiful. We're gonna. I was gonna say, what is it with these fellas and not just going into rage art immediately? Doing it just to freak me out.
Yeah, now they're gonna do it just to freak you up. No, Claudio's rage art's really good too. But we've discussed this. I am way too biased. Pro Claudio, right here. All right, hop kick combo to the wall. Bam.
That hurts. You're so plus. Nice guess. Unfortunate attempt at a punish.
There we go.
Oh, he drops again. Works out for him though.
Ooh, that put a stop to his
Ooh.
That
Fella
wall
hit him with the
running
wings of
too.
redemption.
But he did the instant wall running too. I think that's the terminology for it.
Yeah, practice. I mean, if you're gonna do a shot
Yeah.
at it like that. I'm gonna say, fella hit him with the wings of redemption. Told him to sniff my fingers real quick. That's for my OGs out there. If you get that reference, you're GOAT. If you don't get that reference, it's fine, I guess. You know, just me, guys. Hey, listen, guys, shoot or shoot. Sometimes you're gonna look at your co-commentator and your producer, and they have no idea what you're talking about, and you're gonna hold that, and that's how you get better. You know, it's what we call labbing. You know.
I was doing something.
Well, you have to give a test.
I'm gonna bank it. We're gonna pull it out next time. 5-4 wouldn't know what I'm talking about. You there? Nah,
You want to replace me with 5-4? Jeez.
No. 5-4 on. Oh, I can't imagine 5-4 on commentary. That's got to be so rage-filled.
Toma here. 5-4 on commentary is basically career suicide for our show, so I would not do that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know there's nothing positive coming out of that, man.
Hey, we gotta change scenes. Thank you.
Oh,
Ooh,
it's rogue kind of.
Lydia.
It's rogue kind of. I like that.
Yeah.
I also like Lydia. Don't tell my lady.
I want to like Lydia so bad, and I don't. So.
Oh, she's so hot. I didn't say anything.
I won't tell her you said that. So you're safe with me. Let's go against the wall.
Oh my God,
Here
how
we
do you
go.
start? And what's crazy too is like Lydia is another one of those characters, right? When is it my turn? But she needs to get something going first.
No, once she gets going, very dangerous. But
Yeah,
you
it never ends.
Exactly, but if you can put a stop to it, which so far that's what Divine Exorcist is doing. It's only been round 2. Yeah, no, it's really difficult for Lydia at that point.
Oh my God, and now it's round 3. We got to figure out if this was the wrong decision to make. I'd love to see something though. I just want to see what she's capable of. Dude, she's just not there.
Here we go. It's the heat.
I don't even think this fellow Divine Exorcist sees Tekken at this point. I think it's become binary.
Oh yeah?
I'm just watching zeros and ones just float across the screen. He is jacked in. The Matrix, the Matrix. He's the one, he's Neo, it's an anagram. Don't watch the Matrix 4, guys.
I think so. I think so. I mean,
watch 1 through 3 and pretend 4 never happened.
I've seen Divine Exorcist enough to know that he is just amazing. Like,
yeah,
there are a few players here. Night Purifier, I'm really looking to seeing him in Peeling soon. There's always blown away.
I'm assuming we're gonna make the shift into Servbot versus 5-4. Yeah, we are. I see them. This is gonna be a fun one too. This, okay. What I love about this matchup is this is going to be a perfect example of just who is more stubborn. I already know it. I feel it. I've played 5-4. I've seen, okay, I've seen Servbot, and this is, they are at home. If you,
right.
If they were sharing a monitor, they would need to find enough space for their foreheads. It's just gonna be the battle of the
twerking. I don't know what you're here for, but. I mean,
you think it's 5-4? I think it's gonna be pretty equal here. I'm not gonna hold you. It's gonna be the battle of the subconscious.
Just to be completely neutral and say absolutely nothing. Wow, yeah, way to go both sides there, Brills. I know.
Lobs, back online here. F being neutral. Thank you.
Fine. Right, there we go.
Look at
got Kevin's favorite costume right there.
They're both, he's doing this to spite me at this point. They're both so dedicated to being stubborn. They are both equipped to not even see. Panda with the blindfold, 5-4 with the mask with no slots for the eyes.
They're
not, just feeling it out in the darkness.
Yep. They're just going by feel at this point. I think there's a bear here, you know.
Oh, what a weird animation switch. That works out for him. Oh, I swear to God, 5-4, not even hating on you. Tell me if it was on purpose later.
Yeah, that.
Let me find out that tech. There's weird tech with the bears and side switching like that for most characters. But Tekken's also wonky, so it's either or. Ooh, beautiful. Oh my God, you got farted on.
Here we go. Let's put a stop to that. Swim through the air. And beach ball to the face.
Nice.
Boop. Nice response there from 5-4, though.
Don't call it a comeback.
Oh, well.
Good thing we did it.
You're correct. I had not yet said it was going to turn around. There we go. 5-4 taking instant aggression here. Let's get it going right off the bat to the wall. And
oh my God. Looks fair to me.
I know, right? 1 second he's there, 1 second he's not, right?
Oh, I love expulsion as an answer there. Get off the floor.
I mean, Servbot will sit on the floor. We have seen it.
Yeah, and we've seen how beneficial it's been in the past, the situations that we've gotten out of it. Beautiful launch. No conversion, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, they both had their back to the walls for 8 hours. Oh, that had to be a misinput. Oh, my God.
There you go, King. Servbot got it, but man, so many drop combos that time.
Sidestep again into check again. 5-4, I was gonna say just needs, oh, unfortunately can't pick that up. Just needs one good launcher here. Once 5-4 gets to mixing, it changes the entire pace of the match, but can he get up to find an opportunity to do it?
Nice duck on the throw, though.
Yeah,
from
unfortunately.
King Servbot.
Little bit of tech that we stole from Ling Zhao Yu. We land that throw. I'm in that butt. Just plays out that way. It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
You can't turn around fast enough, and then we're just checking cheeks at that point.
And Panda looks so happy.
It's hard to find gloves that fit a paws the size of a panda, but once we land that throw, we're, you know, there's going to be anybody in here that knows about colonoscopies.
Because Kevin's going to tell you all about it. All right.
All right. I'm not, you know what? Scrub it from the VOD immediately right now or I'm leaving. All right, attempt number 2 here from 5-4. We had some pretty strong momentum in the beginning. 5-4 was kind of running the show, so if we can get back to that, it's great. But again, don't let Servbot find the opportunities to start tweaking out, because we see what that leads into.
Mm-hmm. And then the panda gets dangerous for sure. There we go. Nice
Beautiful.
catch.
And that was one of the things I was talking about with Piplup before. Notice how 5-4 recognized that the wall splat gave him that word angle and didn't overextend.
No, he's really good at responding to, you know, the... As I said, we've talked about this Tekken 3D game. Just worth pointing out always that you gotta respond to how people roll around, where they are against the wall, how they're gonna hit, and oh my gosh, there's a tiny amount of health there. Not that it mattered.
I was brave too. Fella, you got a gun and it's a bear. I would have went trophy hunting.
Oh. You'd have a head for your wall. Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? This fella's a firearm fan. I'm not gonna make the decision for him, but I got a feeling. Oh, what a trade. Oh, he's tweaking out. Oh.
Such a great duck from Servbot. Oh my gosh, converted into quite the combo too. Never really... Ooh, man. Sliver of health.
If 5-4 gets one correct guess... Ooh, never mind. I'll stop talking.
Needed the jab and got the jab. Sometimes it's all you gotta do, you know? Worth waiting for your moment.
Nice response. Gonna get checked there a little bit. Nice answer again. There he goes, trophy hunting. Oh, you are a man. That fella flew in from Mars and tried to grab a panda's shoulders. Beautiful dog.
And was prepared for it too. That's always what's impressive here.
But it's probably dead for it now, if not close to.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Okay.
Oh.
Well, I was gonna say it was great to take advantage of the whiff. Not that it wound up fully mattering, but
you know you've got a sequence going when you reduce a commentator to 8 noises. Oh, beautiful duck and check.
Love it.
Nice expulsion. Robbie, real activate some heat. You got a bear in front of you in heat. That's scary.
The bear in heat would be scary.
Oh, off of that low, yes, that's unfortunate. I'm not gonna lie, you know, I know I was being a fella, but I was rooting for 5-4 there. Wholeheartedly.
It's hard for me to ever root for the bear, but I do appreciate King Servbot. I appreciate the panda choice, you know. That's
yeah, I mean,
panda gaming. There you go.
We're gonna act like it hasn't been working out. And now we're going to take a look at the other side of that household and the other side of bracket simultaneously as we move back up to winner's side to finally get a peek at two competitors that have been waiting in winners finals for a while here, Peeling and Night Purifier, to see which of them is going to advance into that grand final spot. It'll be a great one to witness. And of course, here we have the bracket for you to see as well, as Divine Exorcist has already made his way forward. When we get that update, Servbot will be playing Divine Exorcist in loser semis finals. And the both of them, I would recommend, should pay a lot of attention to this match, because as they get past each other, they're also going to have to deal with these competitors that are coming up, and they have a little minute to breathe. So I always recommend competitively stare at that stream, be ready. Try to note some tendencies, because that can save you sometimes, especially if you catch on to like an autopilot habit somebody might have. If they don't know that they do, that their opponent isn't really stopping, you know? Think way back when we first saw Servbot and Pling face off, and it came down to that last minute adjustment of a habit that Servbot couldn't stop. You can study the tapes, you know? So we'll see. Gonna be first to 3 here for Pling versus Night Purifier, so a lot more time to adjust as we move forward. And also on the side of Night Purifier, we'll see what character we feel like pulling out. We've gotten a couple of switches throughout the bracket.
That's it's usually either Shaheen or Lars, but I think Lars is the main from what I can tell.
It definitely feels like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if not, it should be. This fit is some. Oh my! Is this Snow White? Is this Snow White?
Kind of looks like it.
You know what I'm saying? If it is, it's fat. Okay. I got a little distracted by the fit. Sorry. Cosplay bubble.
Totally understand. Here we go. Let's get to the wall.
Oh my god, you wanna do not ask me if she's the fairest in the land. Do not ask me honestly. I will never agree.
You don't
With
think
these
Ling
gimmicks?
is the fairest in the land? Oh no.
In Tekken? No way!
Let's not tell Lydia, because no. That'll come back to haunt you now.
Lars is dope.
Night Purifier.
Here I guess.
Trying to get in on Ling, especially like P-Ling's Ling is. Oh man, I just become lost watching it. Just
Oh my god.
how do you
that's what
get
for
in on
ducking.
that? And you know, it's up to Night Purifier to figure that out, right?
And again, it's not impossible. Night Purifier has
Oh,
done
for
a good
sure.
job of adapting on a lot of the past opponents. But with playing, it definitely seems like you need that extra bit of time, right? Like not everybody is able to. It's so fast paced. And Lars is another character that has a great ability to implement that as well. But the offense is so fast and layered and complex that your ability to adjust to it, sometimes you need to just hold 2 rounds to see what even is happening, to see what you can recognize.
Yeah, see if you can discover any sort of, as you were saying, like
Oh my god.
some mistakes a person tends to make, or
Yeah.
you know,
It's
what sort
almost
of
like a
route.
Jesus.
Ooh, AOP.
Yeah, a lot of these games, when you get to characters that are so good at kind of just running amok against each other, almost it all gets boiled down to the neutral and the positioning, right? Even if P-Link can get a sequence going, it's all about where does that sequence start, right? Because if that sequence leads you to the wall, you still get an opportunity to try to get out. So you're really, it's when Tekken really turns into a solid boxing match, right? You're trying to manage that the whole time before you get a launch going. Speaking of which, here's Zhao Yu
With
living
the
that
launch.
exact dream.
Launch is the dream.
Oh, and they're going to be here as well. And not a lot more work to do. Beautiful low parry.
There we go. Night Purifier getting on the board. Oh, whiffed the throw. And that's all P-Link needed to finish that one.
And it's all of these really, really sneaky, like, okie pickups that don't look like they should pick up. You have to be so ready when you get pushed into knockdown because you're eating so many hits just trying to get back to your feet.
Yeah, for sure. Here we go.
That wall is still behind him. Yeah.
I was gonna say, is it gonna break? But no, not yet.
I don't even know
what
if we've done the first interaction on it.
Not this time.
I don't think we've necessarily cracked the windshield yet before we send a fella through it. Nice orbital. Okay, what can we turn this into? We need to see Purify really pull something out of the woodwork here.
Yeah, no.
Oh my god.
Just gonna say it's make or break time.
We're still picking that up. That's insane. I thought that was like weird wall positioning and we were losing the angle, but no. Oh no, he missed the stomp.
Oh.
Nice. Beautiful timing.
Yep, great heapers.
Around means their hope. Again, remember guys, this is a first to 3.
No, we are definitely seeing Night Purifier pick up on a few things, taking more interactions than he was. Here we go, get the throw. Stay
Look
down.
at how much he avoided, just hanging out for a small minutia there. Okay. Unfortunate. That's really, really tough when you get into those scramble situations where you end up where you didn't expect to be and somebody has to react first.
And you're facing a character that it doesn't matter where you are in relation to them, it seems like they could attack you. To the side, they can attack you. From behind, they can attack you. You know?
Well, it's like Purify just hasn't been able to find a specific kind of like spot to stay in where Pling can't figure out how to get to him and land a hit to some aspect, even if it's just a small poke, right? If we're gonna do this low because you won't get up, if we're gonna do this like weird exchange because if I miss it's fine and I'll get my back turned, you know. And then not only that, like ending up in these weird positions, going, okay, well, I'm here in back turn, this is not what I have access to, and then just repping out faster options than Purifier can seem to contest. We've had Lars for 2 games. There's a chance that you consider pulling out the Shaheen here, but there's also the live and die on that hill kind of situation. Don't know if you want to chance it. If you do, okay, so we do. We got to get comfortable enough to try winning the next 3 games with this. So let's see what happens with this first one. This is either going to be a complete shutdown from Pling or a showcase by Purifier.
Yeah, it's rough to think of winning like 3 matches with your secondary character, but at the very least, maybe you can have interactions they aren't expecting. Pling's getting the first good, juggle there. Oh, all the lows.
Well, it's one of those things too where you have to be cautious because. Oh, hold on a second.
No, for sure. Let's see, there we go. Night Purifier, another juggle on his side, up to the wall, and nope, not quite it. Got to get past
really
that,
like that attempt at the
defense. Yep.
Low kick. Oh, time is on your side. Time is on your side. Oh, I swear, if he would have hopped over that low and found the launch, I would have started pre-dialing 911.
If anybody could do it, I fully believe Night Purifier could, though. Woo.
Yeah, the point I was trying to make before when I got distracted. Well, sometimes what's really interesting too at this high level of play, especially when you're super confident in your ability to kind of tear through bracket, I have seen competitors in Night Purifier situation right now where we're down 2 games, test out the secondary now because you can at least get an idea of how successful it might be if you make it back for the run back, right? So if this is kind of like a dead to right set anyway, instead of having to test out in grands from loser side where you need a reset, whether or not you want to waste a round of Shaheen, you could do it now and figure out if it's worth the time. That's not to say that, as we noticed, that Night Purifier doesn't have a chance. We're getting pretty freaky here, but
oh yeah,
if you're the type of fella that can make it into grand finals pretty consistently, sometimes this is a better time to find out.
No, absolutely. If time to make adjustments, absolutely right now. Plus, Pling, very good player. Like,
yeah, just dunking them in that grape drink.
We still have another floor to break too. So, nice.
Yeah,
nice
but the back turn doesn't get
step.
wall splat. That's so unfortunate.
There we go.
But that does.
It's like, oh, did you want a wall splat? Well, here you go.
You have to
Would you
guess.
like another? Well, there you go.
Oh, and we're wasting it. He didn't even need it.
Well, it worked.
Descend into my subconscious.
I didn't want to be in Jin's mind, but here we are. So.
You know who did?
Oh, there's a few people who did.
You know who powers up in Jin's subconscious?
Like, well, looking at you, Ling. Gonna take on 1,000,000 jacks just because.
Why is Ling thinking of Vaporwave in the background? Like, why is Ling why is the Jin subconscious so hipster?
He's been through a lot,
It's just Vaporwave and chains. This fella's got pick a side, brother, You would definitely were conflicted. Find an aesthetic, my God.
Or every
where are we
aesthetic.
going? Dude, look at this movement. Oh, guaranteed. It's down to 1 poke.
And Pling took it. There we go. That is 3. And Pling is going to remain in winners.
Yes, and Night Purifier down the loser side, down but not out. Thankfully, because of the winner's final spot, we'll be sitting in loser's final, so you can place no lower than 3rd. Dude, Ling, that was a Snow White fit. Can you confirm? Please confirm, because that's fire. I'm stealing it. Okay, we're gonna move on to loser semis now. Divine Exorcist taking on Serve. But I feel like every match that Divine Exorcist has had since we've made it into top 8 has been some version of Contain the Nonsense. Right, so we had Purifier.
Doing that too.
Purifier rocking it out with the Lars. Well, while his Lars is fundamentally strong, when you're at high level, it feels like nonsense. Then we moved from that Unfortunate loss down into losers quarters finals where we took on Chrono and we had to contain the king nonsense. And now we're going to go on to Servbot where we got to contain the panda nonsense. It is. And I mean, listen, Claudio is going to be that type of character that promotes the gameplay style that is excellent at shutting that down. Right? Because essentially all Claudio does is just shut down everyone's nonsense with a very solid fundament. Not a very gimmicky character, to say the least, right? Like,
No.
very strong at what he does, but you know exactly what he wants to do. You just don't know when he wants to do it or how he plans on getting there. But we'll see.
I think that that's both to Claudio's benefit and detriment, depending on how you look at it. Like, he only has so many routes and so many ways to get it done. So if you learn how to shut those down, it makes it really difficult. But he's very good at doing it. So you got to get good at shutting it down.
Oh my God, it's LeBron James. They're right.
The Hayachi stat just all right.
Yeah, because he wins. Oh, Divine Exorcist, you got to don't put Cavs gear on. I don't know sports. I've heard that. I think that's the thing. Dude, this is the Venn diagram between Troll and Drip. Like this.
We have arrived. We are here. And it's all King Servbot's fault. All right.
There's a problem with Claudio having to play so fundamentally strong too, is that you don't really have gimmicky ways to trick a panda. You've got to honestly just approach. Ooh, to the hell sweep. That was the most intentional. I like to meme on my 50-50s of whether or not they meant to do it. There's no way that was an accidental low parry. That was such a reaction to that hell sweep. Past the level that I'll ever be able to execute, but definitely intentional.
Yeah, I think eventually you just kind of start getting a sense for when those lows are going to come. You know, you get really good at getting that low parry out. There we go.
Nice block, nice punish.
Get some heat.
Oh my God, he's dunking on him.
Dangerous thing.
It's actually multiverses. Like, if you watch the basketball and how many of the attacks are just hitting him with the ball. Oh, too slow on the punish.
So we are playing multiverses. Gotcha. As long as we know which. Oh.
Yeah, they haven't put Claudio in the game yet, but the servers are going to go down before they can, they work out that deal.
Any day now.
Okay. Nice, keeping it simple. Beautiful duck.
Nice.
Dude has just devolved the set into a jab simulator. Ooh, that's guaranteed. Nice. Okay, we've been a little slow on those punishes before, but Servbot now getting that timing down.
And definitely taking advantage of it.
Wow.
I don't even know what happened there. That was quite the exchange.
That is what you call footwork from the GOAT. I got it, Glaze.
Nice. Just use of quick moves on Divine Exorcist part.
Yeah, keeping it very simple.
Well, I think that's a lot of his success, really.
Well, keep in mind, too, a lot of times that we've seen Servbot crumple has been when he's gotten baited into playing those shorter exchange matches. So he's here doing the same with Divine Exorcist. I don't want to, it's not like I'm trying to pitch to him that he should start overcommitting, right? You got to be very careful, especially when you have somebody like Divine Exorcist who's had incredible answers for almost every bit of offense that Servbot has thrown at him. But there's a clear kind of like realm within where Servbot is at his peak. And it doesn't seem to be an overextending the small Tekken game throughout the entirety of the round, right? At some point, we got to start launching. And it's the fear, right? Like, what are you most worried about with the Bears? Getting hit with that launch. Why? Because the round can just be over the second one connects. So it might be worth holding some of those pokes. If you get jabbed 6 times and you get 1 combo out of it, that's almost a fair exchange.
No, absolutely. We're seeing that now. Ooh, back one. Jump over.
Oh, lost heat by the time he got up. Ooh, overcommit. Yeah, that's death, unfortunately.
Yeah. About to say, I would think so.
That's
Considering
what I'm
the
saying. He
health and exchange.
just will not rage art. Like I get it, you got it. You know, you can do those.
Occasionally, but actually, I don't know if we've seen a panda rage art yet.
No, more heat than anything. I don't think Servbot's really been in these situations where he's needed it as much.
Yeah.
And look again, just baiting out the smallest answers. And then it's just so prepared to contest them. Nice. Oh my god, the
Went for
moonwalking again.
Yeah, went for that hop kick, but was not time. Nice break.
Nice mid check from Exorcist. Alright, we gotta get something going. Nice.
Oh, let's see how much we can rack on.
I like the attempt there. Beautiful. Are we gonna see the wall here on the Coliseum?
I know it's rare we get to get this far, but Servbot is woo, got him there with the
Yeah.
perfect.
Show
Always
him what
love
you're
to
made
see
of.
it.
Go. Nice simple check, and now we're starting to open up the toolkit a little bit here on the side of Servbot.
A little bit of back and forth. There we go. Nice patience from Divine Exorcist, but still having a hard time getting in on King Servbot. Let's see. There we go. Got that. You know, King Servbot's been really good at breaking those throws this whole time, but managed to slip one in right there.
Yeah, I mean, you can only push them off for so long before it just gets
Yeah.
problematic. And especially with somebody like Divine Exorcist who's creating these really, really small, minute situations and then just always kind of like stealing a turn back right, check, into crouch jab, into check, into plus frames. It's really hard to find the moment and where you can press back. When Servbot does find that, I mean, we've seen what that sequencing has led to before. We can have some dominating rounds, but let's see if we can get there.
There's a nice wait for the throw. Taking advantage of the whiff, and there we go. I feel like it's just the jab battle. Jab, jab, jab.
I mean, it's getting pretty simplified into that, and it's clearly a realm within which Divine Exorcist is comfortable.
Got that too. Activate the heat. See if he uses it. Got the jump over. I gotta think at this point he's using that to jump over on purpose. He's done that a few times. That while running too, just to like sort of switch sides. Go. Nice combo. Tried to end with the laser, didn't quite hit, but did not matter. Bridged the gap and got made it 2-0 right now. Oh man. Yeah, King Servbot's gotta make it happen now. Or just sit in the ring. You know, that works too.
A little dunk on him. All right, let's see. Oh, missed too. Got the read that time.
Yep, there we go. Get the launch.
All right, let's see. He's still going to need one more exchange. Or not.
I was about to say, he's a bear. Like, you know, they do a lot of damage with just one exchange, so. Ooh, nice to deal with that while running too. So dangerous. This is another instance of King Servbot just like being close to death and being like, now's my time. I feel like we've seen this tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, it needs that underdog arc, right? Like, oh, this is going to lead into some damage and a lot of life regain for Divine Exorcist.
There we go.
Oh, now we're going to do it? Okay. How much are we getting for this?
It was a part of the combo. It was a decent amount. Still needed more of that.
That was
a lot
so
of great
brave to
help.
spring kick. I don't like that.
Say so much great health, but ooh,
1,000 cuts to the Kung Fu Panda. Divine Exorcist looking like the sword of heroes. You get cut just by looking at him.
I mean, absolutely did add a cape, so that works.
Yeah, listen,
All right, it's
been fundamentally strong so far.
So it does sound like we are going to take a little bit of a break, about 5 minutes or so, but we will be right back. We are working through our top 8, seeing some amazing matches, and I look forward to seeing more.
Yeah.
So sit back, relax, do what you need to do, and see you soon.
Check out the Metrorino.
Yes, and that too.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're in pretty much the final leg of this week's No Frames Given double elimination tournament for Tekken 8 here run by Mid-Tier Summit. You know, the boys back home putting on the most impeccable weekly online shows for you guys. And we're going to be taking a little toe dip into losers finals right now. We've got Night Purifier taking on Divine Exorcist. Now, Lob, you're the, you know, kind of biased Claudio, and live in this bias. Don't be afraid of your bias, okay?
Oh, no.
You're the Claudio fangirl, and
it.
he is tearing through bracket right now. Not to take the credit away from Exorcist, like he's not, you know, 90% of the reason that's happening. But how much more faith is this giving you in the potential to really get Claudio out there?
I have seen Divine Exorcist come back and win before he had lost, because I believe, if my memory serves, Night Purifier is who put him in losers in the first place. So this would have to be like a redemption arc. I've seen it happen before. I think it's possible, but I will always stand behind Night Purifier as being an amazing player as well.
Yeah.
So it's tough to say. I feel like Divine Exorcist can do it, but will he be able to get through Night Purifier? It's hard to say.
Yeah, that's half of the question. Keep in mind, too, that, again, we are in a first of 3 environment right now. So that does, to some effect, change things, right? Maybe provides that extra opportunity that Exorcist didn't have before to readjust. Sometimes you catch on to this kind of like mid-match epiphany of what you should be doing, but you've just run out of time to execute it. It took too many rounds to come to that idea. We now have not only gotten a taste of what Night Purifier has to offer, gotten a little dish of what he can do with multiple characters. So in full capacity, ideally, everything we might have to expect between the Shaheen and the Lars. We've also had the benefit of the extra round to try to, even if something still throws us off, readjust.
I mean, here's the thing, right? We've just seen Divine Exorcist do some more rounds, so he may have momentum. Like, he's warm, he is hot, he is ready, right? And that does make a difference sometimes.
Yeah, there is something to that kind of like warm-up phase. It's, in some aspects, I mean, nobody feels bad for playing right. You're killing everybody, whatever, you're the GOAT. But there is sometimes a little bit of that like sitting around in the cold thing where you're just kind of like killing time. You'll see a lot of these high-level players kind of like just jump into ranked in the meantime just to keep their hands going, right? If they don't let those synapses fire, you know, they lose it a little bit, then you get this guy that's on this redemption arc. He just killed the guy who killed him, and he's mad, and he's coming for you, and you know, and you were just finished sipping on your tea. You know, it's a little hard to kind of perk up and match that energy. It can be beneficial because sometimes that calmness is what contains that chaos. But sometimes when these guys just want it more, and they have those couple of more reps while you've been sitting, right? Their reaction time, right? They're just ready to go. They're staring at animations.
On fire.
They've been warming up their responses, and now you're just the guy that's in between them and that top spot. So we'll see. Divine Exorcist has been, you know, kind of like the immovable object. Night Purifier has been the perfect example of that unstoppable force, kind of like systemically with the way they've been playing so far. Just ragdolling everybody with relentless offense, not getting off of their back, not providing them opportunities. And of course, similar to Servbot, you know, the little Tekken shimmy, you know, it likes to dance around a lot. There's a lot of this, might as well be Jaguar step as far as I'm concerned, with Lars just tornado spinning all over the place. And Exorcist having to act as the calm to that storm, right? The only path forward is to contain it long enough to set up that situation that he wants. I think one of the biggest problems he's going to have has been Purifier's spatial awareness of avoiding that wall, right? That's kind of what got him out of the first set on Ortiz Farm, was he kept almost getting, it was like a smidge, he kept almost getting put in that corner. And would tech roll out on Oki, would sidestep immediately, would just never allow himself to get sandwiched between Exorcist and the wall because he knew it was pretty much a death sentence. There's got to be a readjustment to try to figure out how to force him in there. We'll see how Exorcist adjusts moving forward.
Absolutely. And I think that's not, you know, you have to know your player. You also have to know your character, right? So knowing Claudio as a character, knowing where he shines and what to do against it, in the same with Shaheen or Lars, depending on who Night Purifier winds up picking, that ultimately is going to be the route to victory, I think.
Yeah.
You have to change up what you did before if you're Divine Exorcist, regardless.
Yeah, and it's hard with Claudio too because you only have so many tools to use, right? And there are moves that can, in their totality, kind of like solve a myriad of situations with one move. So that sidestep low is a good deterrent from not only getting your opponent to leave themselves susceptible to Mitch trying to answer it all the time, but also to kind of like match their sidestep game because you're moving laterally with them, right? Before they do that. So hopefully they either eat the low or you can hold the positioning. But Purifier's been so good on that, not only like quick movement, but safety movement, right? I'm going to sidestep block, sidestep here block, sidestep here wait, and has done, no disrespect to Servbot, but a better job kind of really repping that nonsense when it's his turn to rep that nonsense, and has been a little more stubborn at finding that launch. Also, his poke game, which is just, albeit a difference of the tier of the characters, is leading into frames that are more advantageous, right? We're seeing a lot of shoe shines from him, a lot of low checks that he's also pretty stubborn about, that Exorcist doesn't really want to sit there and low block all day. And the second he starts doing it, well, now we're in the sky, now we're against the wall, now we went through the floor, you know. Now this fella's grabbing me by the shoelace. I don't, you know, like it's
Well, eventually we see the low parry. It's come out a few times with Divine Exorcist, but you also can't probably manage to do that every single time either.
It's just one of those things too, where it's like you can find those opportunities, but it's tough because not only it's Divine Exorcist finding those moments is just a testament to his knowledge, his intuition, his reaction speed, because there's lows in situations where 98% of the player base is not going to be able to see that low coming and be ready to parry in time. So it's a thing he's looking for, but there is an aspect of getting lost in the sauce, right? Like we saw what I assume to be this. I'll let 5-4 speak about it in Discord. This was what was happening in like the set where he was dealing with Purifier. But there is an aspect of trying to find this move you think is coming that happens to never come, and then almost throwing the match out of the fear of the potential of what they can do. Like I've thrown a lot of games fighting characters worried about a move that I know an answer to that never gets introduced in the match, and I spend 3 rounds waiting for it to come and it never comes, you know. And given that 5-4 has had problems tracking these low and Exorcist has had problems tracking these lows, and these are both players that are really built their kit around looking for and answering those, it's tough. So Purify is doing something correct to be able to get guys who are specifically built to never eat a low to eat 40 of them. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I want everybody to sit with me in mental silence and take everything I said and picture a match happened like that. And then picture that Purifier got all of those lows and did all of that stuff, and Exorcist couldn't shut it down because we got a DQ on losers finals. We're gonna go straight into grand finals. So while we wait for those players to come in, and we have a last opportunity to do so, please, if you have not already, feel free to go visit our match arena. Big shout out to Kinsey for hopping in there and doing so as well. Exclamation point match arena in the chat will take you to that link. You can head over to the page, go to the contribute section, do any of the sponsor quests. You could add money to the pot for free. If you got a couple of extra dollars in your pocket, by all means. If not, we appreciate you guys coming and hanging out and watching the show. Regardless, your attention is a currency in itself, and we appreciate it nevertheless.
Absolutely. We are very excited to continue to put on these shows and hopefully to make this amazing for you, because ultimately we want to entertain. So thank you so much.
Don't forget to, you also still have access to that merch shop. Okay, it's free ship 50.
Yes.
Any orders over $50, you don't gotta pay shipping. Isn't that grand? Isn't that swell? Go ahead and check out the collection over there. You also have access to our favorite Modern Player Skip Neutral t-shirt. Maybe you want to get one for you and the lady. 5-4. Oh, it's Jubilee.
On the spot, or to put you on the spot. Nice, I love it.
And this is between drip and cosplay. Is one of my favorite ones for Ling here with the Jubilee fit. He's not watching stream. It's okay. You can send the message for me, Queen. Thank you. I know he's already got an MTS shirt, but like, why not two? All right.
Went to the... Gets the wall. Oh, just not even letting him get up.
All right, now this is going to be a run back of winners files. Keep in mind that Pling shut down Purifier 3-0 in their last meet. And if we are to watch that exact pattern reintroduce itself, it'll be a quick night. Purifier on loser side is going to need that bracket reset. Also, Thoma, if you could change the thing to say grants. It's okay.
There we
Shaheen
go.
for the start. And remember too, that last
kick.
round of their first set is where he first tested out the Shaheen, and it definitely worked to better effect than the Lars did. At least it seems so.
Yeah, so he comes in with at least that sort of knowledge, right? Which is invaluable. There we go. Get the pushback. Nice little back and forth. The Tekken shimmy ending and a kick to the face. Oh, you
Tough
gotta love
situation to be
it.
in. And it's lucky, very, very lucky for Purifier that Pling didn't get a kind of situation off the exchange before this where he was able to go into Hypnotist and keep that pressure going, because that would have been 50-50 for game and generally safe depending on the options he wanted to go for with a wall behind him. Oh, this unfortunately is not only going to take you to the wall, you're going to get exploded. No, you're not going to get exploded? I thought you were going to get exploded.
Ooh, lucky enough not to.
That step is ridiculous.
Oh, the step. Always sad when you miss your heat activation, and there's the explosion.
Oh, that would have been game ending had he not dropped that pickup.
There we go. Healing. Taken to an early lead. Showing why they are in winners.
All right,
Night
let's see.
Purifier's gotta figure out how to deal with that Xiaoyu. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough, I know.
Curious if we're going to witness a character switch here to run this experiment for one last time, while we still have the option to switch back if we decide, right? It's if you wait one more game, you end up in that situation we ended up in last time.
Yeah,
So
where
we'll
you're
see.
basically stuck, yeah.
Or he might not like the stage. There's always that benefit too, right? Just get me away from this wall. I want to go to Yakushimi.
Get me to the Coliseum stat, and then you wind up at
Actually, yeah, no, take me to the Coliseum. I forgot she powers
Yeah.
up on Yakushimi. I don't like that.
I mean, yeah. But we are seeing a Lars switch, and we are going to descend. Now we're in Jen's mind, and I'm worried that Ling is just gonna.
Yeah,
He
but he's dreaming about his
absolutely-
girl and his brother.
Yeah. Oh, I always did like that particular costume from Night Purifier's Lars. Here we go.
All right, let's see.
How far will
This far of a wall extension on back turn spirals is actually redonkulous.
I'd
Beautiful
say
sidestep.
healing. Actually redonkulous, but in all the best ways.
Oh, didn't get wall with that. I thought he was going to also. I like that as a response too. We're going straight through the floor.
And
Yeah, because Pling's been pretty consistent with that double California roll setup, and it's nice to see that a Purifier has been shutting that down a lot more.
now I want sushi.
Sorry.
Woo! No, it's all good. It's all good. We're just
Oh
gonna
my god,
block
with the
that
snap
range.
nair.
And kick to the back. Kick to the side. We are up 1 on this second round.
Oh, beautiful movement. Yeah, hypnotist and recharging heat. Remember that too. If you let her just kind of like walk around in that, she will regain heat meter. He just goes for it again. And Purifier sans the Ling matchup against Pling has been pretty consistent with teching throws. Pling has just found opportunities to bait him out.
Here we go.
Uh-oh. Oh, didn't
Ships in
manage
the
to get it
wind.
back in time. Tried to stall out the hypnotist to regain that heat meter and just lost it before he could. Oh, we are fox trotting right now.
Just a lot of back and forth.
A lot of
There we
stanky
go.
legs out here.
At least he got the foot smash, right? Got the stomp.
I mean, listen. I want to forget
something.
that Lars
It's
has it. I'll be real. Let's not talk about it. It definitely just smites you with the Lord.
We're very angry at Lars now. Anti-Lars.
Like, how do you hit the floor so hard that you change the weather? You figure that out with me, you know? Like,
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
oh my god, just running a gamut. You know what I'm saying, Play? Like, stop this combo. Turn around and look at your opponent at least. Be respectful.
Xiaoyu doesn't
You're
have
killing
to
this
be
fella
respectful.
over the shoulder.
Xiaoyu doesn't even have to look. Just like ho-hum, attacking from behind. Oh, I'm doing my nails while we fight, you know.
Nice. And again, right, it keeps finding those spots where Purifier's been inconsistent with the throw tech, and the mental stack from a Zhao Yu can be so strong in opening you up to that. Oh, just committed. What a duck. And that back one again. We're dancing. Air conversion, though, so it's going to hurt less.
A little bit. Lars doing Lars things as they do. And peeling, getting the pushback.
It's been so good at managing this space, too. Not only is, you know, Ling definitely built to just, like, barely be in the way all the time when you're swinging, but just off a fundamental movement alone, Pling has a lot of time just managed to avoid that situation. We got one more opportunity here for a Night Purifier, otherwise we all go night-night.
Yeah. Man, always impressed by peeling. Always, every time I see him.
Potentially a switch again. The problem is it kind of went similarly successful with both characters there.
Yeah.
At this level, I don't think I personally have advice. This is where it, you know, goes past my level of expertise.
I don't think I have anything to say either.
Just
you
get
gotta
freaky
find a
on
way. Just do stuff. Mash buttons. Get in there.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it comes down to just start doing it. I'll be real. The answer might be shut his internet off. Call Optimum.
The warfare
Gotta
is
triangulate
real.
some towers, you know. At this point, I would just start catfishing people. I'm not gonna hold you. I would just start finding pictures of people that are his type and sending them over and being like, "Hey, what are you doing tonight?" And then fella's like, "Oh, my phone's ringing. He's not looking." Mix easy, you know.
There we go.
We end up
Wow, you
back on
fight
this.
dirty,
What is
Kevin.
this? What is this? What is this? What is this?
We're really learning.
What is this fit? It's freaking me out. I don't like it.
I'm trying to figure it out as well.
Is it just like female Krampus? Like what is?
I guess. I mean, it's a nice dress, but
I don't like it.
there we go, Link.
Oh my God! There was actually tech to jumping.
Jump over the low. Oh my gosh.
We are going to fight for your life in the deepest aspects of Jin's subconscious. This is
That's
where Zhao
in
Yu is
Jin's
most comfortable.
Well, yeah. Let's say that's in Jin's subconscious. What the hell did he do before bed? Nice blocks. There we go. There we go, Night Purifier.
Look at the little hands making a heart in the background. Jin's so cute.
Nah.
Oh, we're getting, yeah, freaky.
Nice.
Okay. Beautiful conversion.
Okay. Nice. Getting in.
Beautiful punish. Nice throw. Not going to lead into anything the way the last one. Yeah, you can't just sit there. You cannot just sit there.
No, eventually she'll pop you up. And that's dangerous too.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that is universal across the cast, but there is a point where you got to be cautious about how much time you spend on the floor like that.
Okay, let's get some heat going.
Also, Slim Jim, are you saying it's peak in regards to the fit? Because what is it?
It looks like some sort of Krampus to me too.
Look at that.
Though Slim Jim also plays Ling, may just mean Peeling's play as well.
I don't know what it is, but it's peak. All right, listen, if you have any level of communication with Peeling as a fellow Zhao Yu main, find out for me and let me know next time. Whatever movie this is from, I want to make sure to just delete it.
I would guess some sort of horror film myself, but I don't know.
Right, like in Insidious or something. What's the one with that like little Darth Maul looking guy that hangs in the background? Because it's a cosplay.
All right, we are 2-1 here. Night Purifier turning things around. Is this the start of momentum?
Potentially.
Potentially.
This is a great bit of offense here. Oh, let's just dance.
Well, Lars is good at that too.
Oh, unfortunate. What it would do for the mental conditioning of Purifier if he could just take this round without having to go into an extra one if he's going to win anyway. And this could lead into the start of that. We've lost heat resources, but we're going to be in great positioning off of this combo. And then one more scenario here. Giving up heat on both sides. Nobody with access to rage yet. This combo is going to get a little bit saucy. Do it to her.
There we go. Night Purifier's on the board.
Fella's
Did
beating
very
up on
well.
a child, actually.
Oh, jeez.
Actually, and we're rooting for it.
Wow. Wow. I just want more matches, okay?
This fella's just hitting a woman, and I'm cheering it on, guys. It's 2025. Somebody help me.
Well, I
It's
always
not human.
say,
It's not normal.
I always think of beat 'em ups because, like, you know, Fatal Fury, they tried to like take out all the women because it's like, oh no, we can't have any people beaten in. Like, no, can't do
No.
that. You got to have a full cast of everybody. This is
Yeah.
about diversity.
They
of
signed up. They
beating
knew what they were getting
in the
into.
streets. Up,
And you know what? I appreciate Toma's
Yes.
timing on that transition, minimalizing the amount of time that we had to look at Ling in that intro. It was actually cut perfectly to take out like a good 60% of that. He did that for me.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You know, this is the anti-Kevin having nightmares.
Yes, I'm trying. I am solely looking at it. You know what? Purify the night, please. Get rid of this demon.
Yeah, Night Purifier, you know what you need to do. Just do it. Here we go. Oh,
Nice attempt on the low. Nice patience. Right, and it's mostly a story of pacing right now, right? Like trying to find that moment to start that offense without overextending and just falling into Pling's traps. This is beautiful here. Should be anything.
ooh.
Yeah, I like that. I agree with not
Yes.
letting up on the gas there.
I mean, that's one of Lars' strengths, in my opinion. Like, once you start going, you need to keep going if you can.
Yeah, well, it's hard with the pacing in that situation because you have time versus the fact that he's sitting on Rage Art, so you can kind of go to interrupt anything. But if you can
True.
work your offense around her getting hit with anything that will kill her, regardless if she rages, it's a nice don't let up situation. Just work around it. Oh my God, talking about working around it.
I mean, you're absolutely correct. Far too often do I forget. Oh yeah, shouldn't press Rage Art. Like, we all fall into that trap sometimes.
Yeah, it's a hard game to manage. I mean, Rage Art's just so strong.
We are tied 1-1 right now.
It's just
Night
funny how much of this action brings them right back to Ortiz farm.
This game loves Ortiz Farm.
I mean, as do we.
I mean, they did want Azucena to be the star, so.
Hey, listen, she's gotten a little freaky as well. Let's be happy that we didn't have to watch too much of that on stream, because that has gotten pretty ridiculous in its own right.
Oh. Damn. There we go. Getting the low and breaking
And
the
you-
throw.
You know what I like about those, though? Because even though the throw got teched, look at how he got away from the wall, right? It's one of those, like, sure, hold this. I know you're probably going to tech it, but I am away from the situation now. And again, Purifier, we already know, is always thinking about that that spatial awareness of where he is and where he'd like to be.
Love that. Just push her out of whatever she's doing. Perfect. Another great throw break.
Beautiful orbital.
Woo. Knock her into the air.
Yeah, we got to take this. This move is just ridiculous in damage. Look how much you ate for that. I smite you.
With my foot.
Oh, he didn't get wall for that. That's unfortunate. That would have been game.
It's still
Oh, yes.
managing to-
You have to be so careful here. Do not give him the opportunity. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Got the... Is this going to be enough, though? Because she's likely going to get the wall. No, never mind.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
wrong.
Okay. Oh. The whole time.
There you
The whole
go.
time. Oh, don't scare me like that.
I mean, it was a good guess on my part, but yeah.
Listen, my vote is always going to be for the player that is down the game because then I get to see more gameplay. That's where I'm at right now.
I'm the same.
I'm rooting for whoever's losing in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
The second they start winning, get away from me. Who's losing again? I need to... So
We
now,
just want to see a whole bunch more Tekken.
now it's down to who's ever up on rounds. I don't care anymore. We're completely even in my preferences right now. Preferences.
Well, if Night Purifier wins, we get at least at minimum 3 more matches.
Actually, Purifier, keep doing it. Get in there. Oh, and we're back on the Chevalier boat.
We're back with some good old Snow White. Peeling's pulling out Disney to win.
I appreciate that too because now I can watch the gameplay. Now I can look at both characters.
And no more nightmares. Nice armor
I cannot
move.
imagine throwing 3 haymakers at a fella and they just kick you anyway. I stopped the fight right there. I smite you. I smite you. I smite you again without the lightning, actually, just spiritually.
Ooh.
You gotta be kidding me. I'm happy though because it's Lars, you know. But
It's hard to root for Lars. I understand. Though
Lars
I've
getting that heat
threatened to
back.
play him before, so we all threaten to play Lars. It's the go-to threat.
yeah, keep talking crazy to me. I'll pick up Lars.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Mr. Punish.
Nice crumble.
Stop it.
Feeling's waiting for their moment.
Peeling, if you could do me a favor, give me one hypnotist into unblockable setup. We haven't seen it, and I know you got them. So much recoverable health, though. It's not gonna matter.
Peeling had an answer for everything in that round.
Purifier, come on. I want to see more gameplay.
You can't let Kevin down. That would have been the worst. There we go. Get
Not
the
on top of
throw.
the goldfishies. All right. I said unblockable setup. Not dance party. Heat engager. Give him a little
This
spank
is,
on that booty.
Just Dance 2025. You didn't know?
It's clearly because, like, I'm watching DDR. Ooh, what a response. Ooh, what a response. Oh
And
my
a
God,
throw.
Snapmare.
Gotta love that. And a throw.
Yeah, that was a heat-seeking missile right for the crotch, that kick.
Poor Lars.
He'll be fine. I don't think he's really into kids like that. He's trying to date a robot. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah. I mean, BattleBot is top of his dating list, so.
all right. Come on, give me something. You know what's crazy? I was just about to even say throw out a random orbital again, but I didn't actually mean it. I was like, it worked last time, but I don't play this. All right. Shut it down right at the apex of its potential. Night Purifier fortunately got to hold that second place spot for tonight. Again, this is going to be a second time win for Pling, third time. What are we rocking? 3-time champion at the no frames given. Double elimination bracket.
Coming out on top, taking grand finals. Congratulations, well played on both sides. But yeah, no, I'm always blown away from Peeling and just watching more amazing gameplay. Yeah, no, it's been a great night. Great night of matches.
Oh, it was a great night. So here's Toma, the director, evil director that just decides to come in. But I just wanted to say, just give some props to Sly Vixen and I'm Too Crispy for doing the TOing in the back. Also, thank you for Kevin for coming out tonight. And thank you again, Lobrylla. As always, you're one of our mainstays here on the commentary team and on the media team over here at MTS. So I just wanted to say, express my thanks to everybody that has been here, and congratulations to Pling and Night Purifier for making it into grand finals and everything else. With that being said, I would say first, do ! Kevin in the chat to go to his Twitch. He has a lot of things going on with his dungeon series and everything. He can talk about it before he signs out, but I would say this. Also, get into Lobrylla's stream as well. They're both great streamers, and all that being said, I'd say first, Kevin, you sign yourself out, pitch it over to Lobs, and she'll sign us out for the evening.
All right, I'll lob it over right after. All right, guys, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. I do stream, I host events, all of that fun stuff. If you're interested in supporting any of that, effort when it comes to competitive Tekken, you can follow me over at twitch.tv/MT Summit or sub to me over at twitch.tv/MT Summit/subs. That's where I take all of my money personally. Or you can drop really most of your donations for me at !Matcherino, and it'll link you right over to all of my socials. So feel free to check all of those out. I'd be very thankful. And I hope you guys enjoy the consistent weeks of No Frames Given. Keep playing Tekken. It's a wonderful game. They're working on it. Give it a minute, give it a minute, give it a minute. It's not doomed yet. It's still fun. On over to Lobs.
I don't know what you mean. The whole Tekken community is still like pitchforks and yeah. But anyway, I'm Lobrylla. You guys know I'm a big retro fiend. I play a lot of retro arcade classics, all that kind of stuff. If you want to come check me out, feel free. I do stream on Twitch under Lobrylla. Weird. All right, thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it. It's always great to be here. Always great to see you. Love the games. I hope to see you next time. Take care and bye-bye.